I see add scene. Let's see, where's it at? Where's it at? How did I do this before? As I was saying, so I'm saying I got Discord on my phone, but I got StreamYard on. I need to StreamYard on my computer so I can get Discord on my phone. That way the camera will be open. Otherwise, it won't connect. Because remember, I just got the one webcam. So in order for the TikTok stuff to work on the computer or StreamYard, I can't be on Discord because it all connects to the one webcam. It won't connect to the laptop camera. Gotcha. Let's see how. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Let's see. What could I use as a phone mount that won't be super sketchy? Dun, 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 dun. Fuck it, I'll hold it up. No big deal. Why aren't you connecting? The fuck? Why is what the hell? It shows that my camera's on, but it's not really connecting. Because on my phone screen, it's just showing just the picture. It's just the usual picture that I got, the default picture. Let me see. Are you looking through StreamYard or looking through Discord? Uh, yeah, that's fucking weird. Because on mine, this is all I got. Oh, I suppose I just put in the group chat right now.
Amethyst, what's up, Amethyst? How you feeling? Glad to have you here. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh yeah.
It's been a long road.
How we feeling about WrestlePalooza? I'm doing okay, just sad and happy. I know we waiting on the tribal chief. We waiting on him. What's going on though?
You mean the
hmm
tribal Akuma?
What happened, Street? No.
I just see a black screen.
Right. Yeah, that changed just now. Nope.
Mm-mm.
They would need to connect their mic. Okay, maybe sign now. Nope, don't hear nothing, Streets. If you talking, you knew I was at facts. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, at least it was a moment in that tag team match where I'm like, is something gonna happen that's gonna cause Roman to have to come out? Pardon us as we getting things restructured over here.
We're doing some experimentation at the moment. Yeah. Let's see.
You didn't really watch tonight. You figured he wouldn't be there. Oh, okay.
That's fair.
Feel that, yeah. Vice, what's the word, Vice? I see you out there, big dog. How you feeling, man? Can you hear him in there, Razor? Nah.
Still nothing.
Hold on. Hello? Say something.
Yo, what's goody? What's
Now,
There you
goody?
go.
now there he is.
Okay, so that should solve that problem, and then I could do Discord. We're Gucci. Everything should be Gucci over here. Now let me stop this streamer. Hold on. Stop streaming. Boom, right there. We should be good. I can start my show. They can hear me. Y'all might have to mute me so I ain't doubling up. Let me see. Where would I have to mute Razor at so he's not doubling up?
I guess it's just optional, right? Preference either. Well, if you have how you have your settings going, like through the computer, right? Through the desktop.
I
Yeah,
can
so
hear
it
both of
shouldn't
y'all
matter.
twice right now.
Yeah,
I
so
can
it
hear
shouldn't matter for you. My OB, I mean, well, I'm not even on the OB, so the StreamYard is only picking up what's in there, so I could just mute the Discord if I have to.
Am I
you.
still double
Okay.
up now?
Nope, you're not doubling up at all.
Yep.
But
I just got.
where'd you mute yourself
I
at
muted
though?
myself in Discord.
No, but I'm
No,
gonna no, don't mute yourself in Discord because then that's how I'm usually be able to hear you is in Discord.
Okay.
Yeah.
but I think that's why he should be good on.
Yeah.
Well, no, yeah, it's probably better that you don't mute so that it could still be synchronized with your
hmm
the audio with your face on
Yeah.
Discord.
Gotcha.
Face, yeah, with your
Yeah,
face,
cause,
yeah.
cause yeah, I've tried just that before where like it'll be like a slight little lag. It'll look like it's not in sync when in reality we know what's going on. The folks don't know.
Factual,
Just
factual.
pretending you watching a foreign film.
Mm,
I
You know what it is.
you know what it
know.
is.
All right, let me take a quick dab and then I'm ready to go. I
Happy
know
that
you
my
guys.
FSU wants it. Okay, that's lit. I woke up kind of like flustered today, and it's not in a bad way, but like I was just like tired from yesterday. There was an event in the video game I was trying to hit up. I hit it up, and then wrestling came on, so I was just like lost on everything. Kind of forgot to look at sports today. I think
Oh no,
Roman will
Florida
come back
State
at
beat
Crown
the shit
Jewel.
out of Bill Belichick's North Carolina today. That was
Yeah.
ugly to watch.
Crown Jewel's in Australia.
Mm-hmm. We already have one match announced. I don't know if that's the right move to announce if you ask me, but it is what it is.
I think it's just to let us know that they're gonna go with the same format. Like Crown Jewel wasn't just a Saudi thing, and
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying. I think that's what that was really about.
Yeah.
Hey, cheers to everybody who's here. Thank y'all for rocking with us. We about to start this
Cause
thing. We
then
about to.
I could see why they didn't, with all the kind of controversy surrounding Tiffany Stratton right now, her not being able to defend or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
I could see why they chose to put the fellas as like champion versus champion. Let's get that out the way, so
Uh,
y'all don't think that we're gonna
Amethyst, you were
go.
correct. You guys beat up on Braun Breaker's alma mater. That's who it was.
Amethyst with the W's. Come on, just get it. That's what we do around here, chat. We keep it real, get the right information.
I do not like this new Bleacher Report setup.
You said you don't like the what?
So Bleacher Report like updated their entire app a couple months ago, and it's just more work to do. That's right. North Carolina got stomped by Central Florida, not Florida State. And still a Florida team.
I can see that.
Clemson lost again. Uh-oh.
All right. Boom. I am ready. Dab has been taken.
His chakra has been aligned, folks.
Yes. Nigga, what?
Mm,
Nigga, say swear to God, bro.
what's going on?
This nigga say swear to God. This nigga Big E just scored 97 points in the wreck, bro.
Oh yeah.
They got 109 points. That nigga scored 97 points, bro.
Locked
He gonna
in.
put the team on his back.
That's fucking insanity. That's fire, bro.
Clemson got beat by Syracuse. Okay.
Is it time to fire Dabo from
It
Clemson?
is.
Because you lost to a school to where, yeah, they nice in basketball into the blue moon, but basically that's just where you go for journalism.
I mean, there's got to be some change, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure how long he's got there, but it's never easy
Oh, no,
departing
he
with
been there
somebody.
for a minute, a cuckoo minute. I mean, he's won natties there. He's done it all over there.
Yeah, so it's never easy departing with somebody like that, but
Mm-hmm.
maybe it's time to move on. Probably be better for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I know that fan base wants him out of there.
Hmm.
All right, cool. Shout out to our brother Snake Eyes too, man.
Yes, sir. And today was also the Bussin' Bowl between Taylor Luan and Will Compton's Nebraska and Michigan alma maters. It was the boys put up a hair versus hair stipulation.
I'm
Hmm.
screaming. I don't know if I could do that, dog.
So Will Compton, I think with his case, the stipulation was he has to shave his head bald and he cannot trim the sides for a full calendar year or something like that.
Cheers to everybody who's here, man. Thank y'all for pulling up for the show. Where H go?
I'm here.
Okay, my bad.
I'm
I'm
here.
here.
I'm here.
Hi guys.
Yeah, hi. I'm here.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi, kids. Do you like violence? Nah, good shit, y'all.
You over live on TikTok, yeah?
I'm about to start right now.
No, you good. No rush. No rush.
Last
No
little
rush.
dabbers.
We kicking it like the good old days over here off the hip. Ain't no telling when we might start, when we might go off, baby. Just how y'all love it.
Just know we here.
Oh yeah.
Just know we We already. Look, I had just started. We already had like 65 people that came through on TikTok, bro. I had just hit the button. I was trying to tell niggas, hold on, we starting it over, niggas. Wait, hold on.
Oh yeah, I heard you ask somebody something. That's why I thought you was
Mm-hmm.
on again. Like,
No. I just told them I was gonna double back. You know what I'm saying? But they was piling in. I was like, yeah, just give me a second. We're gonna start the show up
shoot,
again.
you might
So
well have left it on, right? Like, screw it. Jackson
screw
Hewitt. It's time for
Jackson
taxes.
Hewitt.
Oh yeah.
All right, here, let me go ahead and do this. I'm ready. WWE Unlocked.
Oh yeah, you
Episode
know what he
1.
doing, Amethyst. Oh yeah.
Episode 1.
He's getting his
Let's
skull
get it.
right.
That's right. Getting it right, baby. Get it right. Get it right. Get
Right?
it time.
How
All
have the Giants not been eliminated from the wild card yet? That blows my mind.
Okay, so 3, 2, 1. We are currently live right now. And give it just a second for everybody to pile in here. Go ahead and do this. We don't have a
Refresh the
cool.
rules
Yeah.
quick. Boom, boom,
We
boom.
don't.
I see you there. We out live in
Yeah.
living color.
Yes. We don't have a cool intro yet, but we will very soon. Trust me.
I sent you the song
Did you? What you send it to? Hold on. Where?
But
on
we got to
Discord.
integrate it onto the ticket to talk.
I sent it when you said something, Brody.
I don't got it. I ain't got no messages. You sent it to my phone?
To Discord.
Nah. Oh, you lying, bro. I see it right here. I'm playing it
Uh,
right. Which one? The first one or the
uh,
second one?
second one.
Yeah, I'm playing it right now.
And chat over here. You know what we're about to do? We're about to run it back like Jay Uso, you heard?
Yeah,
One
you
time for the
heard?
one
Listen,
time.
yeah, one time for the one time.
Melody. Let's see if the diaphragm will let me do what I do. You feel me?
Oh yeah.
Chilling at the head of the table where the bosses sit, stunning everything in sight, whether it's in the blood.
For those wearing headphones, I apologize for nothing.
Made a big smile on the face of our officers. Hold on,
Hold on,
wait.
wait.
They lost the script. We got some shooters.
Off the hip.
Chilling at the head
Back like
of
you
the
never
table
left, ladies
where
and
the
gentlemen.
bosses
Back
sit,
like we
stunning
never
everything
fucking
in
left.
sight, whether it's in the
Nothing.
bloodline or corporate.
Came for it all.
Made a big smile
Nothing
on
like
Hank
nothing.
of our
They came
officers.
for it.
Hold on, wait. I think they lost the script. We
Just like
got some
Coach Cole
shooters.
says, we're taking it all.
Yeah. Feels good to be back. It's been a minute.
Oh yeah, it feels great. Been way too long.
So just
And
know
what a night to come back on.
the
And don't get me wrong, we
ESPN
wanted to
event.
come back on sooner. Exactly, we wanted to come back on sooner on
We
a
just have to
Monday
work on
night.
stuff.
You know what I'm saying? That Friday night in Chicago would have been nice.
But ESPN, come on now.
Oh yeah.
Got to show up for ESPN one time for the one time, baby. Give it up for ESPN, baby.
Oh yeah.
Impressive.
Oh
They was
yeah.
able to lock that deal down. Shout out to the WWE, man, and TKO for being able to, secure that deal, man. Chicken money in the bag.
Okay, I'm glad you started off with saying that because I want to get my little bit out the way real quick.
Uh-oh.
Triple H started. He opened the evening. You feel me? I gotta get into it, guys.
Put a pin.
You know,
Get into
yeah,
it.
you know what I'm saying.
Let's
Let's
do
not
it.
waste the people's time. We're gonna get right into the nitty gritty stuff. Triple H went on to say this is the final form. We're going to witness the final form tonight.
You did.
Just answer the questions. Did it live up to the final form?
Oh, brother.
Is this the final form? Is this what we should expect? Do we notice this is the final form? And is this a way of telling us you're expecting too much?
Okay. I'll say this. The Netflix era was the Netflix era. And I feel like it wasn't. I think for us, we live in a world where everything is instant. Like everything is quick. Where was it at? But
Where'd it
everything's
go?
very everything's very instant. And that's just how the world is structured. And I feel like when he said that, I think we all were expecting that show or possibly the next show to just be so over the top crazy. And again, like we found out, they kind of spreaded that out over the course of some months and just kind of made it to where
It's just the same soup in a different bowl.
there you go. So I'd say with this, maybe we are, going into the final form, but we maybe this is just the beginning. Maybe it's like, hey, this is the last form and we're about to show you some stuff that we ain't never done before.
Yeah, but that's just that. Like when they say final form, in what capacity? Because again, we've seen the evolution of the stage, the production on one side. We've seen folks get revamped music. We've seen some people the same way they've been for the last 5 to 10, 20 years. What's honestly changed aside from the fact that WWE's got more money in the bank than ever before?
I think that they have more money in the bank, and maybe with that, they're able to do more, and hopefully able to bring us more, on a higher level, on a bigger scale. But only time will tell. What do you feel, H? You not rocking with it? He's quiet.
Cause
H.
I'm gathering,
He
I'm
he just
processing
he
my
just
thoughts
shaking
right
his head
here.
right now.
And I feel like no, like when you say something like that, like I feel like it's becoming a little tongue in cheek, right? Like you gotta take it with a grain of salt. Like it could be the final format, and we hear words like final format. Remember the first thing I said was Frieza, like Dragon Ball Z. You start thinking like,
Yeah.
oh, like beast mode. Maybe it is
Yes.
what it is. Like this is the final form of this is the I've said it a few months ago. Is
Pinnacle.
wrestling hit a
Yeah.
climax? You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And when I hear
Yeah.
the words final form, and if this is cinema, I'm thinking, wow, maybe Avengers Endgame, like something drastic. Maybe series changer. Han Solo came back from the dead in the Fast and the Furious. Like you know what I'm saying? Those are things that changed the way we looked at Marvel at Fast and the Furious. What I seen tonight, with the exception of Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar, really didn't give me no indication or like it didn't feel game changing, series changing to any of that degree for it to be
Yeah.
said the final form.
Aside from the first 30 minutes of the program, everything else felt exactly the same.
True. Very true. What's up, D Breezy? I do feel I feel you guys on that. This to me felt like a Saturday night main event. It wasn't really like a crazy PLE.
And another Raw,
Um,
another SmackDown, whatever you want to call
another
it.
Raw. Yeah, it just didn't feel like it was over the top. But again, I'm gonna keep hope alive and say maybe now that they have the ESPN deal down and they're gonna be able to do a lot, on that side of things, and it's gonna bring in a lot more people that maybe they'll just finally give it everything they got. Like, hey, now that we're going to be in the big leagues with all the other sports, we're really going to have to pull out the extra stunts and stuff if we want to be,
I
Right.
say this.
getting in the highlight reels and being talked about by the sportscasters. You're going to have to do some stuff that's pretty crazy. So,
I like that you touched on that because ESPN now, this is your chance to maybe go back into that bag, right? Like they like going back into bags. Maybe this is the time
mhm.
where you go back into that old WWF bag and you get one of these UFC
Well,
competitors
have you
that
guys been following Sports Center, ESPN at the last like 2-3 weeks?
Now, what's been up?
They have been plugging WWE heavy, heavy, heavy.
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean
I can
shit. I mean shit.
imagine, bro.
I mean shit. On
I
College
can
Game Day
imagine.
today, you had Nick Saban hitting the scene that you can't see me.
nah, but what I'm
Like
suggesting is
they,
get some of these UFC fighters or former UFC fighters that want to step in the ring and maybe do that underground stuff you was talking about. But what I'm thinking about is that old octagon. Remember Steve Blackman versus
Mm-hmm.
Ken Shamrock and that little caged
Mm-hmm.
octagon Vince
I
made
do
back in the
remember
day?
that. I do remember that. That was awesome. That was cool. I
so with
remember you
that
were
being
saying that,
said,
like the rollout. Not to cut you off, Reza. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, I would say with that being said, how soon do they just say fuck it? Let's go get Conor McGregor. You
Well, I
want to get
mean,
you want to get them big names. Let's go for the whole box office.
yeah, but and that's true. Well, they already had Ronda Rousey. I know HD had touched on this earlier. He had said something about the rollout is a little different, nowadays than it used to be when they had like Steve Blackman, Ken Shamrock, Kurt Angle. When you had real deal wrestlers and
Dan the
real
Beast
people.
Severn.
Yeah. Dan the Beast, you know what I'm saying? But versus now with like Brock
Daniel
Lesnar,
Puder.
Ronda
Mm.
Rousey, like a Jay Cargill, somebody who's a weightlifter or whatever the case may be, bodybuilder coming in. There, it's received a little differently. You know what I mean? And maybe
Hmm.
it's not because like you said back then they was doing them dudes dirty. They was busting him upside his head with the chair. You know what I'm saying? Ken Shamrock used to ankle lock. He used to get hit with metal objects and chairs to your back and stuff. You know what I mean? So it was just a different time back then, and I
Hell,
feel like
even Bobby Lashley, like if
yeah,
I'm
for
not
sure.
mistaken, he got an undefeated record in MMA also,
Something like that, yeah.
and
Yeah,
WWE when they first got him back, they had him doing funny business. Now that was more on Vince, I guess, like, but
mhm.
even after that, he left the company for a reason. He felt like he wanted some bread. They weren't using him, had no plans of it like that. Put him with the profits, basically made him a manager. You know what I'm saying?
Don't forget Bobby's and his sisters.
Exactly. You feel what I'm saying? Like a whole bunch of funny business going on. when I think like the way he rolled out in TNA, I'm not sure if you're familiar with that streets, but he went to TNA with the people he actually trained with, America Top Team.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's dope.
He had his whole
Yeah.
Bellator gear, whatever.
What
Had
was
the same
Yeah.
what
Dan
was the
Lambert.
dude? Yeah, Dan Lambert. He coming out with Dan Lambert, like, you know what I'm saying, bringing legitimacy to what they're doing.
To what they're doing and making the story just that much more believable. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And then
you know what I'm
even
saying?
kind of what Hertzkin is doing now, it's like they were the beatdown clan in Impact. Him and MVP, Kenny King, low key, just dudes that could just throw hands, whatever is good.
And I like what they did tonight. Like, I don't want to jump around too much because we're going to talk about it in a few. But the stuff with the Undertaker and Stephanie, like, that moment felt real. Like, I caught myself like I was like non-wrestling happy. Like, this was me happy for somebody receiving an achievement for something they did for their
Yes.
career. You know what I'm saying? So it was a different feeling. I think wrestling needs, I don't know how you could put more of that, but when you get a chance to incorporate those type of moments, yeah, go for it.
Most definitively. Most definitively. You know what I mean? That was some cool, nostalgic, like you said, just happy to be like, I grew up, watching Stephanie be a part of so many storylines. So yeah, like I said, then we're gonna touch on that in a minute. But yeah, that was cool. That was real cool. Very
Right? Like,
nostalgic.
you know what I'm saying? Like, imagine that the big suits in the building, they coming to be entertained, and then some might have known, some might have been surprised, like, oh wow, that's a touching moment. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. For sure, for sure.
Y'all want
But
to
but
get
speak,
into? Go ahead.
but I
No,
was
no,
gonna say,
go.
speaking of moments, man. Let's start off with the opener, man. That was a
Yes,
moment
you
too.
read my mind. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
We talking about the intro to the show, the
Oh,
return of
that was
Gorilla
beautiful.
Monsoon.
We could get. Yeah, I love that new intro. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie to you. It
Yeah.
was beautiful.
Yeah, it was, man.
Oh
Shout out to them
yeah,
for that, man.
Amethyst is
Doing our
on
thing like that.
time and pumpkin spice iced coffee. Yum 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 yum.
That was cool.
Bowl of
Sensational.
Bluebell Classic. Now, how do we say? I'm sorry, I don't want to get too sidetracked. Is it pecan or pecan? I like pecan. I like how pecan
I've always
sound.
gone by pecan.
Yeah, pecan
Pecan.
sound.
Yeah.
Pecan sound
Pecan
a
sound
little
like
right.
you too elegant, you too fancy,
Pecan,
you
nah,
too rich.
pecan sound like
Peas in a
you a
can.
nut.
Pecan.
Like you know how they be like, yo, this
I
dude's
want
a
some
nut in
pecans, dude.
basketball. Yeah,
Get
like
out
yo,
here.
he a
I was like, what
pecan,
up?
bro. Get this guy out of here, like
All right, get this man out of here. Who's this guy?
yeah,
Who's this guy?
pecan,
He peeing in the can, y'all.
a pecan.
Yeah. Who's this
You
guy,
feel
bro? He
me?
sounds too soft. Get him out of here.
Oh man, all right. Not to get too sidetracked, y'all. We got John C. We talked about the intro. Streets, you ain't say how you felt about the intro. I know Razor says I fucked
I
with it.
thought
You
it was
fucked with
dope.
the intro. Okay, bet.
Yeah, it was dope. It was super dope.
John
Yeah, for sure.
Cena comes out. You know what I'm saying? He got the kids with him.
This was Make a Wish Cena.
Yeah, I ain't gonna
Correct.
lie. Like,
That was fucked up. The first thing I said was he bringing all these kids out here to watch him get
yeah,
beat up.
you
Watch a
did say
dead
that.
body.
I already seen this story before. He gonna
That
bring
was
these
funny. I'm not gonna
kids out.
lie.
So, never
He
give
did
up,
say that.
man.
He was like, man, seen him bringing all these kids out here just to see him get beat.
Bro.
No, that was funny, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That was funny, bro.
Let me go and ask y'all, did y'all expect anything more, anything less, or was this right up the ballpark of the type of match y'all thought John Cena and Brock Lesnar was gonna have here tonight?
I mean, yeah, I figured it was gonna, basically be that, there was, Brock Lesnar looks. I mean, if you had him lose, it would almost be not believable. Because if you see how freakishly big that dude is, pause. Like, and John Cena just don't have the same, you know, muscle mass that he used to. John Cena's, you're leaving and it's like Brock Lesnar is a trained assassin. He is coming directly to take you out. Like, I don't care about none of that. I'm coming to, what I'm saying, give you the business. And I think that, it would be stupid and foolish for us not to think that Brock wouldn't deliver on his promise.
Mm. Now let's peel it back a little bit because I think this moment right here set the tone.
The moment that took the air out of the Gamebridge Fieldhouse in beautiful Indianapolis. We see Miss Elise Taylor look to Brock, getting to announce him out the blue from the nosebleed. we here for the first time, what seems like forever, if you ask me. Ladies and gentlemen,
Screaming.
Now,
my name is Paul Heyman.
what's the sudden alignment? Do you feel like this is just like the perfect fit? Like when you look at Paul Heyman, the first two people you think about is Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, and of course CM Punk. But in the more recent times, folks are gonna look at Paul Heyman and think Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar. Something similar like Paul
Yeah.
Heyman and the Undertaker. Like we just gotta pair these guys.
I mean, I guess it depends on when you look at it and what period in time you watching wrestling. You did hear them say in the beginning, hey, if this is your first time, welcome. If you're here before, some people, for them, everybody got their goats. I said, so for them, their goat might have been Brock Lesnar. Like, hey, when he was with Paul Heyman, that was my guy. And I rocked with him. I rock with Roman, but some people may just rock with, Brock a little more. So to see them, introduce it like that, I felt like, it was ode to that. It was like, yeah, for the people who like that, era of Paul Heyman with his, main guy. So.
H, I'm gonna take your favorite avenue with this one. It seemed like Brock was cashed in an old favor.
Mm.
Okay, I can
It's
see
one of
that
those.
too.
Hey, if this is the last time, come on, for old time's sake.
So then our question also, was Vince's shit that bad? Because obviously we seen to spin the block on a few things that Vince had hands on, and it feels like there's like a sudden, like I don't know what's going on, but it's something funny going on with the Vision faction. Like it
Yeah, I've been
feels like they're
saying.
together, but they're not together, or
I
like they're
said.
trying to place them to move them apart already.
I said this. I said, if you look at it, how they're kind of laying it out, um, the 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 team of Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker are just two powerhouses. Then you add Brock Lesnar, another powerhouse. You know, um, Seth Rollins at that point is just the skinny, scrawny dude compared to them who's trying to lead them. You know what I mean? And they're kind of pairing him with Becky Lynch with his wife, and I think that she's going to be the dividing wedge in between the vision that maybe says that, hey, your vision's become a little too blurred, that you become a little bit too much of a superstar, and we're out here handling business. And I think they may turn on them. I mean, and that's just
And
in.
Brock can be the one that saves. Remember, Paul Heyman aligned himself with Seth Rollins because he held this over his head that I could have stomped your head in, but I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So Paul
Does.
Heyman could be under Stockholm syndrome with you feel me? Where like, man, I'm only with this guy because I'm scared if I leave,
I'm scared. Yeah.
he might attack me. You
Like,
know what
yeah,
I'm
this is a
saying?
true. And then you looking at it like, maybe I felt some type of way with Brock Lesnar that I didn't feel with Roman. Like maybe with Roman, I felt scared. Like, what I'm saying? Maybe same thing like you said, maybe with Seth Rollins, I feel like, I don't have a choice. I'm scared. And with Brock, it's like, oh, this
Brock
guy
is the
really
beast. Like he's
the
the
beast. Yeah,
undeniable.
he's the
Yeah, like
beast. Like, you know what I mean? I know this guy since he was a young kid. You know what I mean? Whereas you guys are kind of like, bossing me around, treating me like a piece of shit. He's, he's treating me like he really cares about me. You know what I mean? Even though, CM Punk was the same way. He just turned on CM Punk. But I mean, obviously, CM Punk wasn't the champion that Brock Lesnar is. What
by
up,
all means, it
Three
seemed
Best
like he
Way?
had less headaches with Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And with Roman as well, but then lines got blurred when CM Punk got back. It was like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? That's when,
Choice had
yeah,
choice had to be made.
choices
But
had to be made.
I think all in all, I think it's it's cool how the storyline's playing out because he's still like the ultimate villain manager. You know what I mean? Like he's just
I will add
sneaky and
this in,
snaky. I like it. It's dope.
like you could throw in the fear factor, but also aside from our tribal chief, who else has been equally, if not more, box office than Roman Reigns alongside Paul Heyman? That'd be the Beast incarnate himself. So, and like I've said many a time, Paul Heyman, you may have a handshake agreement at that moment in time, but at the end of the day, he will always go to the highest bidder.
Yeah, yeah. As any villain should, like in true,
Money talks, bullshit
villain
walks.
nature. Exactly. Love it, man. What do you think about the match, though? What was you guys feeling? I know the match was fairly quick. Brock got in there
I
and
kind of thought it was.
kicked Batowski.
I
What
thought it
did
was
you
just
guys think of?
right because again, with most Brock matches, they're usually a quick cup of coffee to begin with. This one was what, maybe 10 minutes. I know JD had the exact time bell to bell, but it was a good amount of time. Again, these two, they're not young spring chickens. They've been around the game for a minute, so this was just right. Play the greatest hits.
Yep.
I'm not too stunned at the finish because again, Brock historically has ownage over everybody. It's Brock Lesnar. it's
Yeah.
it's like
Did
just
you?
Mike Tyson just going off against anybody. He's gonna win most of the time back in the day.
Yes. Do you? Okay. So, obviously the match. How long did the match last? Was it like what, 3 minutes, 5 minutes? It was fast.
This was, I want to say, either just under or just over 10 minutes, bell to bell.
Okay. Well, yeah. Like I said, it felt super super quick. Um, what what do you think is the next move going forward? Does John Cena run it back? We only have 4 more dates where we see John Cena. Do we see him wrestle Brock 2 of those dates, 1 of those dates, or none of those dates? What do you mean, no of them dates. None of those dates. What goofy ass,
Well,
bro.
so
Uh,
5 dates, but
I
when
thought it was
Brock,
4 at the end. At the end, they were saying it was 4.
well, I got to recount, but anyways, but
Yeah.
when Brock came back after the last PLE, I was already the state of mind that if since the last few dates have already been announced, location, venue, all that sort, if it's solely going to be booked around Cena versus Brock, in my opinion, that salvages the entire retirement tour. That's just me speaking as from a fan's perspective.
Yeah, I can
If
I can
this is
see
just a one and done, honestly, I'm not certain what else you do with Cena because if we can't get Cena versus Edge one last time, this was kind of like the last big surprise. There's kind of no one really left for Cena.
that. Uh,
Oh, okay. Give me some names.
Batista.
Go
He's
with
already
the
said he's done.
He
I would,
said it,
I would love to see him. I
but
would love to see Booker. I would love to see JBL. I'd love to see Jericho. But again, it's,
I've heard Jericho. I've heard Jericho just for the simple fact of trying to get him into the Hall of Fame. I have heard a lot of whispers about Jericho coming back. You know what I mean? So yeah. But I don't think that would hit the same as this is hitting right now. This is like action,
yeah.
something that you want. You know what I mean? So,
And
uh,
again, like with all these shows that he's that's left, I think it's. I would assume his final show in December, the Saturday main event, Survivor Series. I would assume if he's out in Australia, what would the next show that he'd be in out here, or would it just be just two more Raws and just call it a day?
well, they said Boston and Madison Square Garden, so
Yeah,
that's 2. The other
and
3,
then I said you got the DC show, which is the Saturday main event, and then you have
he
Survivor
could
Series,
very
which I would
well
assume he'd
show
be
up
at.
on Monday.
yeah, he could show up on Monday. And that would be crazy too. I personally think that they're gonna keep it going. I think that they at least gotta have one more, especially since he brought all the kids out.
It'd be
Once you
nice.
brought all those kids out, like, wait a minute, bro, did you see the kid in the crowd? And they zoomed in on him. That was the most petty.
There was him, and then I think there was a girl crying too. But yeah,
It was the most petty stuff ever. You can hear the camera like zoom in on him, zoom in on him. He was just in the crowd like John Cena. Oh my god, oh my god, John Cena. Why you do that to this kid's first event? He finally got to see John Cena, bro, and they just had him come out there and get crushed.
I ain't gonna lie, like sometimes I be feeling like the parents be telling their kids something in their ear to make them cry or something. Like yeah, like yo, John Cena got hurt, he never coming back. Cause like there's no way that why when Brock Lesnar do it, everybody crying and shut, like all these emotional factors happen when
Like
Brock Lesnar do something to somebody, bro. Like
I'm looking at him talking in his ear right now. All I can see is again.
like
I
yeah,
told
like
you. Like, yeah,
shit going
that's your
bye
hero,
bye.
huh?
like see, back in my day,
Look
we've
at
been
your
seeing this for the
hero
last
now.
25 years.
Some shit
Look
that the
at your
parent don't
hero
ever think, like
now.
yeah, like tell them like, well, Cena lost that one. Can't start cramping.
Well,
Again.
he's not getting up. Yeah, he's never getting up, son. It's over. Petty, bro. Super petty, bro. Hilarious, bro.
But also, Paul
shout out to
Heyman
the
was not the only
cameraman.
surprise for this matchup. If you
Facts.
really want to break it down, we had the return of Mr. Patrick McAfee on commentary,
Yeah, we
and
did.
Michael Cole was 6 to midnight seeing his best friend back.
Yeah, he was all over. I ain't gonna lie, he was hype. It was hype. They was super hype. Okay, real quick. I know we talked about the, Paul Heyman and the Brock Lesnar thing, but just going back, like, do you guys think that, if we do happen to see more of Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman, do you think he'll join that alliance, or that he will kind of maybe just keep his mouth shut, kind of, let Paul Heyman do
Brock's
what
a
he does?
prize fighter. I think he coming
Yeah.
Tonight was a statement. Like Cena
Mhm.
calls himself the real last champion. He just lost the belt to Cody. Well, I'm here to make a statement. Like,
And it's only appropriate that Paul Heyman dubbed Brock Lesnar with yet another immaculate nickname, the last real ass kicker.
The last real ass kicker. Exactly. I'll ask you this. Do you think he will serve Seth Rollins up on a platter to Brock Lesnar?
Of course, him, especially Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker.
it'll make things interesting because I feel like it'll open doors that just a few months ago we didn't know could have happened this soon. Brock versus CM Punk, Brock versus Seth, Brock versus Roman again.
Brock versus Braun Breaker.
Brock versus Braun fucking
Brock versus
Breaker.
Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, ooh, that's what I want to see. I want to see them go at it. Even him versus Bronson Reed would be cool. Just some big monsters going,
And the rest of the
toe to
Gunther
toe.
finally gets his dream match because he's wanted Brock for years.
Yeah, man. I think this is, this has the potential with Brock, depending on how much he wrestles and depending on how much he's there. This has the potential to be some dope shit. And, going forward, what are we going to do once Cena leaves?
That's going to be the question that I don't even think people are going to think about until after Survivor Series when we have the last date or two, which is unfortunate because we should start seeing something on the lines of something forming now. I know at SummerSlam we got the passing of the torch with him and Cody again. I get that part, but if that's kind of all we've gotten, really, there's been really nothing, which is unfortunate because again, this is supposed to be the retirement tour of a quote unquote Mount Rushmore talent.
Yep.
I think
Yeah.
in some parts of me, you know how Kobe had his farewell tour, even though like the Lakers weren't doing that good that season. It was just like it was about what he could do, right? So I think we kind of seen Cena do the best with what was given to him in this tour. Now whatever's in front of him, I think listen, when you asked it earlier, how did the match go? I think the psychology was perfect. Like if you ask me, boom, they get into the shoulder stuff with Brock Lesnar and him in the corner, and Cena's already outpowered. And shortly later, he gets into the attitude adjustments. Like, you know what? I'm not gonna play no games with him. I got to get right into my finish. I'm gonna hit 3 of these things.
My bag, yeah.
And then I
Like
feel
you
like
said, there was a video game mode. They were spamming finishers.
yeah, like if it was a video game, they was spamming finishes.
Right.
Like, you know what? I ain't even wasting no time. Let me hit these joints real quick. And some part of me, in my mind, and in that room, it felt like Cena could win this thing right here, right now. 3 attitude adjustments. They just mentioned on commentary how Brock Lesnar hasn't been in the ring in 2 years.
Yeah, I will say it did seem like Brock was
That's
a
right.
little
Because the last
tired.
match was what
Yeah.
versus Roman at SummerSlam when they had that tractor just take out half the ring.
It might have been, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm factoring all these things into my head, but I was rooting for Brock the whole way. So I'm like, nah, he got more fight in him than this.
Yeah, for sure. No, most definitely.
But again, to your point, I'm surprised that the positioning that this loss, the way it happened, how do you put somebody else in front of Cena right now? That makes
It's got to be Brock till from now to the end of the year.
I mean that
you basically, like I said, you have Hercules versus Zeus at this point.
I mean, okay, but even at that point,
But why though? Like he already
Ain't nothing left.
he packed
no, I'm
them
not gonna
up.
say that. I'm not gonna say that there's nothing left because again, there could be other people like Jericho, like Batista, who could come in and possibly have another match with him. But I mean, it is kind of fresh. It is hot. I feel like they maybe were running back, you know, one or two more times, and then he'll have two more matches. He'll probably do against somebody else. You know what I mean? Um, and that's just how I think it'll go. I think he'll either win his last match or maybe he'll lose his last match.
Like
The
I could
only other
see
name that comes
Gunther
to mind right
cutting
now
it.
that's presently active is Logan Paul, and I know a lot of fans don't want to
They
see that.
did that
Unfortunately,
though.
I know.
I think I could see Gunther coming out cutting a Gunther S promo where nobody could touch me. I've been champion all this time.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And there's not a active person, a legend and then you hit not a person that's about to retire. Seen the music hits.
Hmm. Yeah, that could definitely be
I
a
think
option.
Gunther got to get a few wins and maybe some gold around his waist before he starts talking like that again, because his last few title runs have been a little boof, if you ask me.
I
Yeah,
mean, I agree with that, but in terms of like toughness, believability, that's who I would put there
yeah, I can
in
respect
that
that.
position. Yeah, that's who I would put in that
Respect that.
position. Cause it don't make sense. Like, let's say, all right, the other tough guys on the roster, like maybe a Rusev. I don't really want to see Rusev and Cena. One like Cena
Nah.
last. Sheamus and Cena.
What
I
about
don't really
Kevin
want to see
Owens?
that.
We got him versus Zayn.
Nah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I've heard this too. I don't know. I've even heard Jacob Fatu versus Cena to give
But you
him
see the
one
way
last.
that they was able to do Sami Zayn, Jacob Fatu would be fire. The
Yeah.
way that they sent me Sami Zayn was a actual dope moment though.
Hmm.
With the
Yes, because
whole
it was a run back.
storytelling,
Yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
the U.S. Championship. You gave me an opportunity. Now I'm giving you one on the way out.
No,
I
it was
actually
definitely
thought that
fire.
would have been dope to let Cena walk away with that championship, if anything.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. But I mean, I do respect it being like a hey, you and him leaving it open and kind of defending and creating a lane for Sami Zayn. That was cool. That was
Hmm
a cool little thing. You know what I mean?
That's another thing, right? So, boom, Brock Lesnar interferes in that Sami Zayn match. So now Cena kind of got like two L's under his last two matches. Maybe three
Hmm.
or four if you want to date back to the Logan Paul tag team match and then him losing the shit to Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, he's had a few. He's had a
So,
few. But I mean, I think he's due for one. They're gonna give him. They're gonna let him ride out. It's WWE's poster boy. At one
I
point, they're
mean,
gonna let him ride
I
out.
hate to say it because we all get tired of this at this point, but it's the final boss of
Yes,
reality
I
I
finally
was just
keep
gonna
saying
here.
it.
say we
I
get it
think it
three times
is.
in a lifetime.
I think that it is. I think that at the end, the final boss, true to his name, will be John Cena's
I mean,
last
listen, I think
match.
this is how I will put it in my eyes if I was writing a story. The Rock comes back and he's like, Cena, you think you done after these 5 dates? That's not how
That
this
would be
works.
fire too.
Yeah, that's
That would
not
be
how this
fire too.
works. And their
Yeah,
last match is based on if Cena wins, he gets to walk on his
yeah.
own call.
On the court. Ooh,
Yeah,
that
and
would
if
be
he
fire. And
loses,
have a
he
and
got to stay around because The
yeah,
Rock says so.
because The Rock said so, and do it what at WrestleMania?
Nah, it can't be WrestleMania, but
Why couldn't
that's
it?
the
Because that
tricky
would be
situation. It would
that
maybe
would
have
be
Yeah,
a.
I
I
mean,
mean, that
I
would
could
be a.
say you could have
That
him
would be
have a
pretty
match at
huge.
Survivor Series, and then his retirement match is like 2 weeks after that.
right. Oh, I mean,
I mean, but I'm saying
it
it.
didn't even
Or
say. Did they say actually that the last two? Because let's say, what if the
All
last
of his dates
appearance
have been
ain't a
announced,
match?
yeah, so you
or yeah,
got the
all of his
fans,
scheduled appearances they've all been listed out. So again, could be a match, could be a program, who knows?
or it could all be storyline. He could have
Yeah,
more dates planned. He's just saying this. Like HD said, like, hey, where you think you going? You thought that was your last day at work. I'm the final boss. You got to go through me. I'm the final boss. Who you ain't? I can whoop
Bro,
all these jabronis. You got to go through me.
I would
Big
be
dog.
so invested into that, bro.
Yes. Do you know how fire that would be? Like you thought, because then everybody would be like, "Oh my God, Cena's gone." Then to think that no, you're not, and then how much more would you hate The Rock for that? Like,
Well,
oh,
honestly,
like
I think that might work the opposite. I think folks will say, "Good, we get more Cena," blah blah blah. So I don't think no one's gonna hate him. I think any of those people would actually say, "Thank you, Rock," at that
no,
point.
yeah, of course. But I'm just saying it would just make his villain just that much more of a villain. It would make him really the final boss. So I think that would be fire. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, if that was the way that was to go. But you never know. Here on WWE
And
Unlocked, and
Rock does like to move whenever the Rock sees fit. So again, I'm not ruling nothing out.
right,
Yeah,
exactly.
because in essence, the fans will get what they want, but it would ruin what should have been the send off year. Like now, if let's say the Rock wins, oh, Cena got to stick around longer. This retirement year wasn't really the retirement year, and it'd just
Hmm.
be like a controversy year, like a year that we all remembered as like a woo ha, like whoa.
Yeah.
But also you kind of run the risk of waiting too long. And like I said, Cena's acknowledged that he's not as sharp as he used to be. So he doesn't want to be like every other dude and just stay longer than what he needs to. So again, if that was to be the move, then stuff's got to be moving now to at least set up these storylines for that.
For sure.
Hmm.
Okay, so peep game. I know we're talking about Braun Breaker and the Bronze and everybody with Paul Heyman. That leads us into our next match, which was Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker versus the Usos. What did you guys feel about that?
Um, first off,
Don't be shy.
LA Knight being in the match threw me off.
Okay.
Kaka.
Kaka? No, okay. Let's dive into that.
Okay,
Let's dive into
his inclusion into this match and all that was not needed for this. I understand what they're trying to do with him and Jay, but you could have done like tease some interference or whatever. That'd have been fine. But him being the ref and blah 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 was a no go for me. And also, my biggest pet peeve is why the hell were all five of them matching?
Yeah, I didn't understand that either. That was kind of weird. I don't know, man. There was the green the outfits were kind of throwing me off a little bit. The green, the booger green was kind of like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of
At least
throwing me
throw some
off.
camo on it for crying out loud. I mean,
Yeah,
don't get me
yeah,
wrong, I
yeah.
was happy to hear day one issue again because it's been a minute, but it's like this is almost as bad as when like Shawn Michaels had the doo-doo brown pants, was Taker had the snakeskin pants. It's
Right.
like,
Oh
nah, this
yeah.
wasn't the move, my guy.
More like Razor
whoever
touchdown
told
too. This is like
whoever
a cheap
told you
way.
y'all was dripped out, you need to go beat their ass. They done lied to you.
This
Oh God.
this is a cheap way to get into like a no disqualification match without
Mm-hmm.
making that the stipulation to begin with. And it was cool that they got LA Knight out there. He gets a paycheck. He's on TV. But I don't understand the story because LA Knight doesn't give me like crazy babyface vibes. So where like let's say
Mm-mm.
if Jay Uso turn on him, it ain't really gonna be like, oh, the crowd hates Jay Uso just because it's gonna be more cause he acting like a dickhead rather than who he did it
LA
to.
Knight's giving off petty ex-girlfriend. You can't quit
Right.
me.
Yeah, like they have that one little moment where Jay Uso flies
Folks, I'm
out,
on some bullshit tonight.
almost hit LA Knight. LA Knight is like, oh, was that meant for me? And Jay's like, yeah, maybe. Like,
Yeah, I was seeing that in the match. I actually got some pictures of that, man. They was kind of going at it a couple times, and I was wondering, I heard you say like, man, they keep kind of, bringing him into the storyline, even though he maybe don't even need to be there. But it's like, I did see them kind of keep trying to push something off between them two, and it's just like I just don't pick up on it like that. I don't like it, man. It's just like, please don't go that route. I'm just not feeling that. You know what I mean? That's me
Are they
personally.
trying to force LA Knight the way? Now this may be a stretch, but again, they're knowing them and how they move. This it kind of makes sense in my head. Are they trying to force LA Knight the way that they forced Cena and Roman Reigns before him back in the days, where it's like the more we see him on TV, the more in theory he's supposed to grow on us?
I could see that.
because it's like since the pandemic, yeah, he's had peaks and valleys. There's times to where I can make a case to where they should have pulled the trigger on him. They didn't do it for whatever reason. I don't know if it's ring work, if it's the age, whatever the case, but the fact that he's been very stagnant since even before the pandemic should tell you that he's not the main eventer that folks would like him to be.
Yeah, for
It
sure.
give me Cesaro vibes.
We talking Cesaro in general with Cesaro when he lost his teeth in the middle of that tag match during was it a Beach Ball Mania?
Not the whole all in general, because it's like we know that he's a top tier, like he a big dude, he not no little guy. He wouldn't look right just in the ring with the Akira Tozawas, the smaller talent, like he'll just run right over them. He's put on good matches with the likes of Carmelo Hayes and stuff like that. But I think the heavyweight scene is where he belongs, but he just hasn't went past the ceiling. He just hasn't cracked that code yet to become like, I guess, a Jericho back in the day, where
Okay.
Jericho kind of like just shot into the scene with The Rock, had a great program with The Rock, did the great match with Shawn Michaels. Now, next thing you know, he's undisputed champion.
But Jericho also like, every so often would reinvent himself, and LNH has
Right.
been the same shit since
Exactly.
Eli Drake and the NWA.
Right. He hasn't been able exactly to
Only has
make
changes the
something
name.
new.
Eli Drake one day. What the fuck was it? What was it? Something Dupree. What was it?
Max Dupree.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what. Yeah,
And then that's when I could see that the similar, like he's relying on his wittiness, his mic work to get him over, but there's no real creativity on the other end of like
Yeah.
what is the
especially
character?
when we're hearing the same jokes over and over.
Yeah, like what is LA Knight supposed to be? Like, okay, you're from Hollywood. What you do in Hollywood?
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
at least the Miz, it's credit to him, he's done things to fulfill that Hollywood role. He's been on reality shows. He's been on movies, whether they straight to DVD or not. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And even character wise, he's gone through different characters. When he came out, he was the reality TV guy. Then he became the chick magnet. Then he became the heel. Then he had the first run of Awesome Truth. Then he had the stuff with Curtis Axel, and then blah blah blah. He's Mike Jericho elevated himself and reinvented himself several times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yes.
And then aside from that, I'm looking at the match.
Yeah.
And
What you
now
feel about the
looking
match?
back in hindsight, was all the weapons needed? To me, it just caused Jay Uso to get busted open, and also
By
this
his
other,
own
you
actions,
know what I'm saying?
unfortunately.
And then also this funny moment right here. The table folding in on
Yeah.
Jimmy as the 1, 2, 3. As the,
Okay, look, I'm not that. Nothing wrong with that. That was
Table
perfect.
folded in.
That was
it was
perfect.
it was like life synchronicity happening.
Yeah,
We was
right as he was
witnessing.
counting 1, 2, 3, like it was like the
The
casket
table was just
closing.
folding
The
like
table
done.
just
The
folded over
table
like
said,
the
"Thank
done.
God this is over."
Close the book. It's over.
It's over.
But again, like
Over.
only Big Jim could probably time that perfectly.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I ain't gonna lie, I mean that was kinda you know, messed up what happened to Jay, Obviously, with his head being busted open. Like you said, it was a lot of stuff that maybe could have been avoided with the whole, like you said, it was a basically unsanctioned weapons match. You know what I'm saying? No DQ match because LA Knight was turning his back to certain things and allowing them to do certain things that a referee wouldn't. But maybe it was maybe a little, over the top for no reason. Because again, somebody that did really end up getting hurt because he split himself pretty bad. He was leaking bad.
Yeah, the match didn't need this.
They didn't need it, bro. That's
Not just to piggyback on Ellen real quick, and I want to thank Twitter for this. You know what he really honestly reminds me of?
What's that?
Mr. Kennedy, a dude that everyone sort of God was going to be the next big thing in
Yeah, I can
WWE,
see that.
had all the attention in the world, and then whether it's WWE, TNA, whatever, just only plateaued.
Yeah.
great guy. It's just gonna go so far.
Mm-hmm. True.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of feel sorry for the Usos in a sense. Like from what I seen tonight, I'm talking about their legacy. Like they're good right now, but what I seen, I've went on record and to say I've thought that the Usos were the best tag team in all of wrestling history.
Mm-hmm.
I did not see that tonight.
Yeah, that was definitely
This
a
wasn't their best
different.
work,
Yeah, it wasn't their best work, man.
and we know how great they can be. We know how sharp they can be because these are two guys that can work with just anybody. Because again, during the dark ages of the WWE, it was these two gentlemen and the New Day that kept the
Carried
WWE
them.
afloat.
Yeah, kept them alive.
From
Bruh,
classic Hell in a Cell matches to you name it, just regular one-on-ones.
I might be going too far here, but current New Day as they are look better to me than the Usos put back together.
That's fair, but again,
Okay.
one team has never broken up, while the other team they kind of went their separate way for a couple years.
That's what I'm saying. Like this should be back to business. Like when DX get back together, they go back with the shirts. They
Yep,
come back out with the
Yeah,
DX
facts.
gear.
Facts.
with the
You know what I'm
greatest
Facts.
saying?
hits.
Like, yeah, Triple H and Shawn could have been doing their own thing, one on SmackDown, one on Raw. But when they DX, they DX. I didn't see the Usos tonight. I seen Jay with his gear, Jimmy with his
Yeah.
gear.
And
They
the
came
music.
out to the Uso song, right, and then went back
Yeah.
to Jay's song.
And then this kind of goes
Oh, yeah,
back
they
to that.
went when they ran it back.
Yeah, yeah.
And this kind of goes back to that promo that they had on SmackDown yesterday, to where like just that energy outside of the venue, it didn't have that vintage Uso energy and all that. And just when they hit the whole "Welcome to Uso Penitentiary," it seemed very tame. Usually they just belting that at the top of the lungs, like they ready to get active. I would have expected to see them in the all black on some day one ish lockdown type shit. No,
Well,
like
maybe,
again, what the fuck is this?
maybe they're doing it as a storyline. Like I said, maybe we're seeing Jay turn heel. Maybe all this stuff, maybe that church shot happened on purpose.
It's
We pull
definitely
a
gonna
Jay
add
Lethal, he
late.
gonna end up with
Maybe it's
amnesia.
like,
It's
yeah, it
definitely
could have
gonna
been like
add layers, bro.
it could
No,
have been
he's
like
gonna
maybe.
feel like, man, if I would have just hit LA Knight with the damn chair, this would have never
Yep,
happened.
wouldn't happen if and he gonna start to get deeper and
Cause
deeper
I could
into
have
his
hit him
mind.
and Braun Breaker,
Yep, and
but
instead I didn't.
switch up my whole
Being the good
momentum.
guy, I
Yeah,
lost the match. So maybe this is like a turning point for Jey Uso, and we'll see him become, a villain Jey Uso.
But again,
And
where does that
how
leave
he said,
him?
man, you turn into Roman, but you ain't got the Ula Fala, so you can't tell me what to do. Maybe he's like, you know what? I'm tired of people saying that I ain't this and I ain't that. I'm gonna show y'all and go in there
And
looking
Roman's
for
one
the
that told
path.
him, "Hey, go get yours."
I'm not gonna lie though.
You
With
feel
Brock
me?
Lesnar back in the picture, if he's there to stay, and I'm sorry, like this that Jay gonna have to go to SmackDown or go back to Solo and
I
them
mean,
and Cody.
I was gonna say, Brock's a SmackDown guy right now.
Right.
Hmm.
That's why it's interesting to see how that's gonna line up. I know we just got off Brock and them topic, but because I know Seth is the
Hmm.
champion, so I'm looking at these things like, well, Paul Heyman is still aligned with Seth for now. You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Maybe
saying?
Hmm.
The whole point of Roman getting the Ulafala was because he was on top of the food chain. You don't get to just say
Yeah.
that because and not have the Carfax.
Hmm.
You gotta have the Carfax.
Gotta have a car facts.
You feel me? You gotta have the Carfax.
Got to. You speaking facts though, man.
Yeah, so it's like the overall though, it was a cool match. It was a very different feel from the first match. Like the first match felt like very box office. Like Triple H let off with the final form
the
talk. We
first
see
match
two
was a
goats.
money fight, the real main event, and then the rest of the show, as we'll get onto it,
Welcome in,
seemed like
Jay.
an average episode of Monday Night Raw or Friday Night SmackDown.
Facts. Yep.
Yeah, it was kind of like underwhelming. I don't know at what point it happened, but we spoke about good old Taker coming out.
Oh yeah, man.
I'm an American badass.
I'm not gonna lie, when I heard the gong, I popped.
We all did.
I was like, what is going on? This wasn't advertised.
I mean that, but also anytime we see the taker, especially with the bike, whatever, it's always a treat because you never know what he's going to talk about. Is he going to just say he wants to smoke with somebody, put someone over? In this case, it was a very wholesome surprise.
Facts.
Was it? He's there, he's playing around, asking Stephanie, is there a seat open? She says, come on over. He hops over the
Well,
barricade.
real quick, when he said that, I was thinking, what's next? Again, is he watching the next match? Are we teasing something from down the road? I know he's been doing some coaching with
Yeah, I
LFG's
didn't know what he
with
was gonna do, man. I'm
NXT.
not gonna lie.
What's
Yeah,
the big man doing?
yeah. And I think when he said that, and she kind of gave him that look, like, "What you doing? What's this guy doing?" You
That's
know
what
what I'm
I
saying?
loved about the whole moment. We talk about the show's name
Kept it
here,
authentic.
Off the Hip, right? They definitely went off the hip right
Yep.
there.
Yeah,
Stephanie,
they did,
you could
man.
just tell by the expression on her face, and she was genuinely showing. And that's what I love. The whole moment, like, think about Undertaker came out, she was on her feet, like clapping for him the whole time, like showing him respect. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
then
for sure.
5, 10 seconds later, the moment's about her, and then to see her reaction,
And a
bro,
huge moment at
a
And,
that.
huge
Like,
moment.
ladies and gentlemen, if you guys have been under a rock, just waking up, we have received our very first inductee in the 2026 WWE Hall of Fame, the $1 billion princess herself, Stephanie
Stephanie.
McMahon Helmsley.
Mm. I
You
mean,
gotta
what's
give it
y'all
up for
thought?
that.
What's y'all? How'd y'all feel when Taker did all of that and announced that to her? What was your first thoughts? Was
I'm
y'all as
not gonna
happy as
lie.
I was? Like, I was clapping. I'm like, you go. Like,
Yeah,
there you
me
go.
too.
Beautiful
It
moment.
took me back to my childhood, and it took me back to all the times where Stephanie was just in the storylines, having a huge part in everything that was going on back then. Um, and it was just cool. You know what I'm saying? She was a big bad back then who really just her voice was iconic. Everything she did was like, oh
That
God, you
clap.
hate, yeah, everything, man. So it's just cool to see, and it reminds you that hey, she was a big part of this. She did have a big hand in a lot of things, and it's cool to see her get her flowers, man. I was hype. I was like, man, good for her. That's dope to see Stephanie get that, man.
Now I know we talked about this off air, but I I'd be remiss if WR having these talks themselves, like should things go whichever way. How would the world react if her father inducts her into the Hall of Fame? He was talked about at the Hall of Fame last year, saying it's complicated, and the fans were respectful. The few times that they've touched on Vince, it's been very respectful. Like, hey, it's awkward, whatever, but that's still family right there. If Vince comes out, even if it's just on the jumbotron with a brief message,
Okay.
I kind of would be all for it.
I think that I mean, obviously, he's not in the business anymore. He's not really in the forefront of things. But this is his daughter. This is it's his family. We all, grew up. If it wasn't for Vince, we wouldn't even know that Stephanie was even in the mix. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, um, I think that for the sake of inducting because the thing is, this is what's gonna be crazy. If Vince was, God forbid, something was to happen to him and he wasn't able to be there anymore, everybody would be like praising Vince and giving him, yeah, he was bad at the end, but they would be giving him his
Then
praise.
he'll get his
No,
flowers.
he would get all his flowers. So it's like, to see his daughter go in, and it's a big thing. I think the WWE would hopefully not be too harsh if Vince, like you said, maybe wasn't in the building, but had a message to say, hey, I'm so very sorry to all you guys,
Or,
but
say Triple H gives a speech. Hey, we got a surprise for you. A little message. There's Vince right there.
yeah, yeah, you know what I mean?
Maybe even
Or
Shane. Who knows?
that'd be cool if they, of course, you got to bring Shane out. That would be fire. But I mean, yeah, it'd be cool to see Linda and Vince there. You know what I mean? Because they're a part of it. You know what I mean? It'd be cool. Most of all, Vince, of course, to see Vince at least get up there and say something. You know what I mean? at least it'd be cool to see him at least get up there and say something. Whether it be on the podium or on the Titantron, it'd be cool to see him say something for Stephanie.
I feel like WWE has been testing certain things out. They put Hulk Hogan in front of the audience before, like this year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Um,
man. Yeah, man.
they bring back Brock Lesnar. The folks weren't quiet about that on social media, and he's still out there. So the way my optics are working, Hall of Fame usually happens late into the night. It's not
Yep.
typically for the children to watch,
Yep.
although they can watch it the next day because
Very
this the
true.
world we
Very
live
true.
in.
Mm-hmm.
Or depending on what city you live in, but it'll be like midnight my time,
True.
6 in the morning your guys' time.
Yeah, and I don't
Very
want to
true.
say for the wrestling purists, for the hardcore WWE purists, for the older superstars in attendance. You know what I'm saying? To just give that recognition and acknowledgement. So I think there can be a possibility that it happens. I also see a large possibility where it doesn't happen, just to keep things safe. Especially
Yeah.
because the legal team has a weird way
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
Yeah.
whenever something good is about to happen in the favor of WWE's eyes, they come out with some new news regarding that Vince McMahon case.
Hmm.
So I think it's all dependent on that. Like theoretically, let's say if tomorrow Vince is found of no wrongdoing, I'm
Yeah.
saying yes, he's inducting her.
I say
Oh
put.
hell yeah.
I say if that's good. I say induct Vince at the same time. Put the whole family in.
I mean, it would make sense because they don't run things how they used to.
Hmm.
So, and if you want to talk about their on-screen contributions,
Mhm.
their characters meant a lot for WWF and
Oh
WWE
yeah,
programming.
bro. For
So it'll
Like
sure.
make
I said,
sense to
without
me.
Vince, we don't get WrestleMania. We don't get WWE what it is today. We don't get the
Right.
network. We don't get none of it.
Vince was a
Right.
commentator, ring announcer. He's done things on
Shane was a
screen, man.
referee.
Yeah, like wrestler.
Right. Okay, but real quick. I know we're all, against him being all the way back full time, but would it be so bad? Do you think that if Vince came back for that small, thing, that it would turn a lot of people away from the WWE, or it would hurt them in any way?
If it's just for that moment, I
Hmm.
think they'll respect it for that because again, I think that's his daughter.
Okay.
And though I mean, some people are still gonna talk shit, but for the most part, the majority will look at it and say, "Hey, he's inducting his daughter, well deserved. Please stay out of trouble, and hopefully you're alive when we put you in the Hall of Fame next."
And
That's how I look at it.
cancel cultures is kind of being questioned too right now within the WWE
Hmm.
wrestling community, where it's like when Brock came back, a lot of folks felt strongly on whatever social media and proceeded to watch the programming. So yeah, they might be a little hurt. You might have some that want to make a statement and might stop watching. But I think folks are gonna continue to watch the product that they love.
For sure, bro. For
Especially
sure,
if
bro.
it's a one-off, like we ain't gotta see Vince McMahon every week. They're gonna be like, fuck
Right.
it. Yeah, they're
Right.
gonna be like, fuck it. Like he inducted his
Because
daughter.
hear me out. Because now that I think about it, do you imagine how much fun it would be if you have Michael Cole with Jesse Ventura and Vince calling a Saturday Night's Main Event? How
It'll
dope that
really
would
feel
be!
legendary. Yeah.
That'd be
Or
fire.
or have Vince in the Okerlund position, I think, with Joe Tessitore
Hmm.
or something. Give it that old school feel. Let Vince rock that red bow tie one time for the one time.
And again,
Hmm.
I felt like Hogan and Brock were the most controversial figures in recent times that they chose to put back in front of us.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
And things are still moving. Deals are still
Mhm.
being made.
And again, we've seen the reactions that Brock get. It's like he's never left.
Right.
It's almost like he's the world champion again, and it's like, all right, Brock's back. We about to watch some fun shit happen. We about to
Yeah.
see a dead body.
Wow. Hey, real quick. Speaking of champions, I know we spoke about this offline. What do you guys feel about Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed possibly going for the tag team championships?
Who's currently there? The champs on Raw is it Judgment Day?
I believe so.
Yeah. Hmm.
Hmm.
But it's blown my mind that they haven't went for some kind of goal. Tag
Yeah.
team, Bronson Reed helped Braun Breaker capture the IC belt again. just to show some dominance
Yeah, some
while
dominance.
playing behind Seth Rollins.
Do you think if they was to go after the tag team titles, that it would maybe dumb down their dominance or maybe make it
No,
seem like
it would
they're
amplify it.
think would
It,
amplify it?
it'll feel like when Stone Cold and Triple H won the tag team championships, or when you just have two massive dudes like maybe a Scott Hall and Kevin Nash that on their own they could be like
Thank you so much,
singles
bro.
champions, yeah.
Or in
But
this case, when we're trying to establish them as a legit faction, again, the main dude's got the gold. His right and left hand enforcers got the gold. They run the show.
Yeah, for
The
sure.
wifey got the gold.
right, and almost inadvertently, that's how almost every faction played out. Not saying that it has to be like every faction, but it makes sense to display dominance. Yeah, we want all the gold.
Yeah.
Why is anybody running around with gold? That should be
Yeah,
ours.
for sure. I
Like
mean, and then
look at the hurt business. They be on timing. Now I don't
yeah,
want to talk about the other programming too much, but
yeah,
it's just one thing I love about them dudes is that they always want gold.
yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it would make sense seeing how as Becky Lynch has the gold, Seth Rollins has the gold,
It
giving
seems
them gold,
appropriate.
it would seem appropriate. So maybe it's time, that they
And
actually,
again, since I know a lot of folks try or attempt to compare the Vision to the Bloodline. Well, shit, Roman had 2 sets of gold. The Usos had all the gold. I think at one point even Sammy and Solo were in contention for some gold, or no, Solo had just relinquished the North American title from NXT. But yeah, but Sammy was gonna have some gold too. But yeah, you want dominance. In Evolution, they all had gold.
That's
The
the name of
Horsemen,
the
they all had
game.
gold.
That's like I always use this as the greatest in that. Like you want to be in the NBA, don't want to win a championship.
yeah.
Like you're just happy to be
Yeah.
I'm
playing
just here so I
regular
don't get
season
fined.
You just
games.
happy to be there, like, nah, we coming for the gold,
Yeah,
come
like
for
you
the
know what?
belt.
You know what? I'm grateful to be in the league. I'm gonna collect my check. Not gonna ruffle any feathers here.
And
You
all the
know?
OGs just say it's all about checks and championships.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the Udonis Haslam of the team. You know what I mean? Been here for 20 years, just chilling.
Yeah, that's funny.
Shout out
I
to
was just wondering.
UD though. I like UD. I'm not just taking, just saying though. You just been there on the. Know what I'm saying? You ain't one really like the star player. UD. That's all I'm saying.
Mhm.
Locker room leader. That's all. You know what I'm saying? That values something. But like
Yeah.
something's got to give, man. Like you can't just. This is what I'm saying. Like I saw. I think who was I talking to her? I think it was you, Streets. When I say Cody Rhodes, I understand why he's in the position he's in. You can't put some of these other people in a game like Call of Duty or Fortnite. They just don't have that marketability yet. They
Yeah,
haven't
true.
cracked that code to how can I make my character resonate to the rest of the world.
Look at Rhea's transformation over the last few years.
Oh man, Rhea Ripley. Shout out to Rhea, man.
She's tapped into that side of the world. People that like that type
True.
of music, that's her entrance, that kind of dark
Her
vibe.
whole
Look
entrance
what
was
Naomi's
Tattoos.
done
fire.
this past year.
Yeah, shout out to Naomi too, man.
Yeah.
And again,
Naomi
like I said,
tapped into
She was
being
hard. She
real.
was,
Like,
Brock speaks for himself. Roman speaks for himself. Punk speaks for himself. Where you
yeah,
can cross over into those other mainstream worlds. That's when you know you really made it.
yeah.
I mean, shit,
yeah,
like
for
we said
sure.
earlier, look at the Miz
Yeah,
nowadays,
well, yeah.
Hollywood.
You just seen her. You just seen Rhea at that concert.
Well, with the Terrifier.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Got to make yourself out there, and it's like outside of because all those people we just named, people get upset when now they getting overbooked or like, oh, Rhea Ripley's always
Mm-hmm.
getting a championship. Well, is it her fault or do some people got to step it up? Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
it just get. I mean, like I said, folks
Mm-hmm.
during when
Let's step
Roman
it up.
reigned,
Step it up.
folks saying, "Oh, he's had the belt too long." Blah blah blah. We'll do. Wait, who's gonna match his energy? Say we put the belt on Drew, Ellen Knight, whoever. Can they do what he's been doing? Look at 10 years ago when Brock. Who can match that? When Cena was him and Randy were going back and forth. Who's gonna match those two right there? Triple H's Reign of Terror.
Mhm.
Who's matching that energy?
That's true.
Yeah, man. And then everything else after that is like
It's
it
deserved. It's well
follows
deserved.
up. Yeah.
It's
Because
well
it's like a
deserved,
two.
man.
I hate to say it because this is what separates WWE from everywhere else. It's like a 2 to 3 step fold. You got to be marketable. You got to be able to go in the ring and make it look believable. And with all of that, you still have to be able to tell a story. If there's
Yeah,
no
that's
star, if
cool.
you got the like, I think Drew McIntyre suffers from that. That dude got the fucking look.
And,
Yes, bro.
and
Yes,
then
bro.
on the microphone
But
storytelling, he's up there with some of the best of them.
hmm
He's damn near he's a Picasso in his own respects.
It's just his outfit, like the way he presents himself. It doesn't really like, like it's maybe lacking something. Like his gear has kind of been the same for some years now. When he does kind of try to change it, it's not. It's like just like a little remix of what he's already doing. Like,
yeah, maybe,
All
but
that's
maybe that's
changed
his
is he don't
style.
got the
Maybe it's
sword
very
anymore.
simple. But yeah, I was gonna say no sword. That's kind of whack. Maybe it's just
mhm.
simple.
But I
And
mean,
like
it's
I said,
kind of similar like what we said with LA Knight. Like, there's certain people that are right there at the cusp
Yep.
of reaching the very next level, and it could be something as gear, demeanor, how you presenting yourself, your
your
music,
attitude backstage with the powers that be.
something. But
Are
something's got to
you in the
change.
lab working, or are you just sitting there pouty face at catering?
Yeah, for sure.
So like what we said, as we learned with Triple H over the years, he's big on how hard are you working, are you putting the extra hours in, and are you just as the running joke's been for the last few years, are you committed to the grind?
Because what I'm
hmm
looking at is the fact that most of these newer folks that's supposed to take over the helm once a Roman's done, a Cody's done, and a Seth, it's like they got to revert to putting the belt back on the older guys. They tried it with Damian Priest. Jay's one of the older guys too. I wouldn't even consider him new. The only thing new
So
about him is the singles run.
Jay's pushed on almost
Yeah,
20 years his own
yeah,
self.
Yeah, that's the only
yeah.
thing new about Jay is this
The
singles
the
run.
only new guys we can legit say that are nuki and that are young is Dom and Braun.
Yeah.
Maybe JD Madonna, and of course Rhea and Liv. But again, there's not a lot of them.
And that we can, and then to put them as the
Penta's not
heavyweight
young.
champion,
Jacob's not young.
Yeah.
like
Even some of the folks in NXT, that a lot of those guys aren't really young either. It's just they're just athletes, or the ones that are
hmm
young. Is there any longevity there? Or are they just there for a paycheck?
Yeah.
I'm starting not to like how, I don't want to get too much into it because that could be a whole nother topic, but I'm starting not to like how NXT, that whole NXT's used to train folks. Like, once you hit a certain time in there, I think you should either be straight just for NXT, or we putting you on Raw and SmackDown. Like a
hmm
Obafemi, like and Trick Williams. There's no reason why they should still be in NXT.
Yeah,
That's
true.
like you're gonna waste their good,
But also
their
like
better
like you
years
said,
there. Like,
who's gonna fill those shoes right now over there?
it don't matter because that's the G League. Like, who cares who leaves the G League? Who cares? Who cares who leaves the G League?
I was waiting for
Who
that.
cares? We don't care. They meant to go to the NBA
Yeah.
anyway.
Facts,
You know
but
what I'm
but
saying? We care
but
too
but
much
but
about
right
silly
now,
shit.
W is trying to look at that as you have like again like you have
I see
the
you out
Eastern
there on Take
Conference,
What's
the
Love.
Western Conference, and the Central Conference. That's how they're trying to treat that because you have the start and stop possible TNA invasion.
Yeah, nah,
Which
I don't
again,
like nah.
I was on board with that 6 months ago, but that whole start and stop, I'm like,
Yeah.
you should have been pulled the plug on this
And then
project.
I'm not gonna lie, when you got like no shot, no knock on Dominic Mysterio, but when you got the like Intercontinental Champion, and then like a fucking mid Carter like El Grande Americano competing for the heavyweight championship of the next brand, it's kind of like you're already not on even footing. Like,
Yeah.
you telling me the whole makeup of this show can't even fuck with one heavyweight on this side, basically.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Basically, what you're saying.
yeah, so this shit is main roster. We gotta treat it as such. Then stop acting like you just said. Like, this ain't it's just the top dogs. This is like you said. They're making like a play-in right now. They're
Yep.
doing like a play-in. We're allowing the 11th seed to play in with us, like, and do all this extra shit. Like, no, no, I ain't with that.
Nah,
Like,
ain't happening.
yeah, bro, I like that old film
I
format
stands
the
what I
best.
stands, and I can't stands no more.
Yeah, the best 8, man. Just if it's Raw and SmackDown, that's what it's meant to
But you
be,
know,
bro.
once you get down to that 11 to 12, there's a couple like three-way ties down, so you gotta let them all in. You know,
Mm.
You
ain't enough
know,
tiebreakers.
you know what I'm saying? What they always said: two's a couple, three's a crowd.
There you
We
go.
already got 2 shows. Trying to make a third one that's a crowd. We're just doing too much.
And just think about it, you all.
Too much.
And now since NXT the G League, then what do you call Evolve? What do you call Level Up? Is Level Up still around?
I don't know.
Oh.
But it felt perfect. Red and blue. Now you over here making new colors to make a third brand. Like, let's just like red and blue. All right,
And the
first
third
brand was
color from black
red.
and gold went to rainbow. I don't know what NXT's colors are nowadays.
Yeah, like black and silver, black and gold. Just like, you know what? We can't even choose a color because red and SmackDown, red and blue is just that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like
The brands.
that's it, bro. They try
Sure.
Velocity with the green, orange
Sunday
with
Night
Sunday
Heat.
Night Heat. Yeah, like man, red and blue is just like, you know what I'm saying?
The main, yeah. The main two.
It's like I think that's what our eyes are programmed to, low key.
Mm-hmm.
Like even the other programming's done tried to put some red in their shit as the main color. Like,
I mean, for the longest time, the World Championships, one was red, and one was blue.
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, I mean, like I like how the belts are now. I also like them back then when they were red and blue. Did they look a bit goofy when they first came out? Sure.
Yeah, when they
But
first
they
came.
grew on me. It was
Grew almost how they grew, yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
it identified the brand. Like if I didn't know, if I woke up like haven't watched wrestling in 3 weeks and I see who got what belt, it makes sense. Oh, he's on SmackDown. He got the blue belt.
Yeah, yep.
It wasn't like, oh, the blue belt gonna be on Raw on Red for no reason unless they unified them when he was walking around with both of them.
Yeah.
And then for the cup of coffee, you see the purple belt. Oh, he's a cruiserweight.
Right, like yeah, if you knew the 205 lot, oh, okay, yeah, these are smaller dudes, the cruiserweights. Like
If
it
you
was
see
like
R-Truth with the green belt, oh yeah, he missed the 24/7. 28, 34, 400 day a year, I-95, South New Zealand, intergalactic champion.
because I mean, even so, I'm gonna be honest, there was room to bring in Braun Breaker, Gunther a lot sooner and have them already fast paced to now where they would have been. This would have not been a working period for them if that makes sense. All of this stuff we talking about, oh, he gotta get another year in, that would have already happened.
Yep.
But they kept they had Braun Breaker tag teaming with Baron Corbin his last few moments on NXT, bro. Like
Yeah,
what?
that shit was goofy.
Hold on. Y'all want fun with the Wolf Dogs?
I fuck with it, but what I'm saying is, how does that prepare him
for the next level?
Heavyweight scene? Yeah, like
you test
but I don't
his
think
storytelling abilities.
Yeah, I don't think that they really care. I think they just were trying to see. They didn't care at that moment.
Yeah, it's
they
other
just,
stuff like psychology and crowd control. They looking at.
Yeah, and I think they're just trying to teach everybody the ins and outs. You know what I mean? Yo, what's up? Appreciate you coming in here, man. Real quick, also, man, I know that there was a lot of talent that we saw. We were talking about all the belts and everything. One topic that we haven't touched on tonight is the women's division, man. Everything that was going on over on that side, man. What did you guys feel about Io and Miss Vaquer?
Very impressive match. It did not disappoint. It was kind of just about what I expected, and I was kind of cool whoever won, but I feel the right person won because equal in popularity, but I think because of her meteoric rise in North America as of late, they want to see, like, again, where's that ceiling?
Now I'll ask you this: do you think that it put a damper on things already announcing another women's match for the title so fast? But I'm saying just
you mean as opposed to what should have happened in Paris?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
and I mean, just kind of putting like already kind of putting like if this is going on right now, kind of announcing another one's almost kind of like dimming the light on this one.
Because
you know what I mean?
If to keep it a buck, if Naomi and Stephanie happens in Paris, this match doesn't happen on this card. That's just my theory.
Okay.
And I don't even. And the match we're gonna get on SmackDown next week, I don't think that happens either. It's just this would they probably would just plug something else in on this card for shits and giggles.
What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, for me, it felt a bit underwhelming in the sense that, like, this is not. I know the card is subject to change. What I'm gonna say is, I wanted to see Stephanie defeat Naomi, if that was planned to happen,
Okay.
I feel like her and Io, they do their best to have chemistry out there, but to me, sometimes they don't have the
The
most cleanest matches. I'm gonna just say it like
okay.
they,
I can
you
see
know what I
that.
mean?
Yeah. I
I
can
see
see
where you're
that.
going with it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm happy with the outcome. They did the best of what they could, but I feel like the few times I've seen them in the ring, it wasn't under the right circumstances. I feel like they were just thrown out there and had to work with, you know what I'm saying, with
That was
limited
given.
preparation. Like
So
think about it, both of them, and I don't know, maybe this is not an issue. Maybe this is me just looking into it. They both speak different languages, and English being they
Yeah.
secondary.
but Stephanie
Yeah.
also speaks Japanese as well.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I'm not too
I didn't
like
know that.
familiar
That's
with
crazy.
how their communication is going in the ring, but again, it just feels like they don't got that good well chemistry just yet. I mean, and that's
Mhm.
like that's just something I wanted to point out. Like you know what I'm saying?
And another thing could be because I think and I know Asuka and Kyrie have similar situations with themselves. It's like they're trying to replicate what they did in Stardom, and those girls are even at small stature very physical,
Yeah.
and they've been told to tone things down. So maybe they could be gun shy, but at the same time, it's like I don't think they want to be gun shy because if you want to break it down, it's obvious that both want that match with Rhea. Io wants because she's
Yeah.
never lost to Rhea, and Stephanie wants that match because she knows that Rhea is the queen of the mountain right now.
She's the eradicator. You know, she's the top of the mountain. She's the top of the food chain to the point. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? Obviously, she didn't have the gold, but
Yeah,
her
now,
being
Charlotte's always going to be Charlotte, but I think it's we can all agree that Rhea has long surpassed Charlotte.
for sure, of
The only
course.
Also,
thing that Charlotte has is just the title reigns. That's about it.
I think
Hmm.
on that side of the brand on Raw, they've been going to the well with the babyface versus babyface so much that I think I'm kind of like I
Tapped
want to
out
see,
on it.
yeah, that I might have wanted to see some antics in the match. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Some like I'm waiting for Oscar to come out,
Well, aside
something
from
to happen.
Asuka, Raquel, and Roxanne, I don't think Raw has any female heels right now.
Just,
Hmm.
yeah, like you said it. Yeah.
I can't think of any. I mean,
What's
Liv
up, Ronnie?
obviously Liv's gonna be a babyface when she comes back because no
Oh
one's gonna
yeah, when
boo
she
her.
comes, yeah, of course.
Um, unless that, I don't consider Chelsea Green a heel anymore on SmackDown. I mean, the jury is out on Bianca that they're gonna turn her anytime soon.
Right.
Um, but yeah, speaking of Bianca, she's still hurt.
I don't know. I thought she was, you know what I'm saying, supposed to be back by now.
Like, yeah, because how bad was that finger?
Apparently, it was super hurt. Maybe her and Naomi just kicking it, man. You know what I'm saying? They're like, shit, I'm chilling,
Like
but
he
I ain't
said
going
right
back
there,
just yet.
and new Stephanie Becker, she's the champion.
But now here's my question. It, to me, it seems like we're gonna get Stephanie versus Rhea in Australia.
Hmm.
Or like, how does that gonna go down? Like, I don't. I mean, are we gonna have Stephanie just be champion for a couple weeks, or we gonna see some shenanigans?
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I don't know that, they should make Rhea lose in that situation. You know what I'm saying? But uh, maybe they have her be champion for a little minute, or maybe they have her, something happen. Maybe somebody interferes in the match and makes it to where Rhea doesn't necessarily lose the match, but
It's gonna be interesting.
I'd
yeah.
say this that if that happens, that'll cause for an interesting three-way match between
Hmm.
Io Sky, Rhea, and
What's up,
Stephanie
Lou?
Becker. Because what happened tonight was Stephanie beat somebody that Rhea wasn't able to beat.
Yep.
Yes, I was gonna say that. She kind of found a way to, take her out. She was hitting her with the
That
dragon
dragon screw was
screws
lethal.
and was tearing her up. Man, that dragon screw, a couple times when she was hitting her with that dragon screw, man, I was like, Jesus Christ, man, like she's really, doing a good job of selling the move. You know what I mean? Because you could
Mhm.
tell, like it hurt my wife. It came up here and was standing next to me at one point. It was like, "Ooh, you got to know that's hurting your kneecaps, like for sure, man." So I think that she found a way to just kind of take her out. She's always going crazy in the sky and high flying, and what better way to stop that than to take out those knees and to take out the thing that she's gonna be using to high fly. Get up there and be able to high fly. So we seen her execute that tonight, and again, it worked out in her favor because, like HD said, um, she was able to get the W, and now we have the new women's. And I'll say this: that what move was that she hit at the end? That was like a Jeff Hardy
The spiral tap.
whisper in the
It's called the spiral
man.
tap.
Yeah, man, she had like some Jeff Hardy whisper in the wind esque type move, man. That was just, and she stuck it. I'm talking about.
Fun
She
fact: they
landed
used to
that
be AJ Styles finisher back in
perfectly.
the days.
So what happened?
They used to be AJ Styles finisher back in the days in the early TNA
Yeah,
days.
yeah, man.
And then he said, "I'm getting too old for this move. I'm gonna just stick to the style clash in the forearm."
Yeah, man. She killed it, man. But all in all, like you said, she got the pin right afterwards, and she walks away the new women's champion. Um, I mean, it's interesting, like you said. I wonder, are they gonna have her keep it? You would imagine that they would, but
I
who
honestly
knows?
wouldn't be opposed to that triple threat in Australia again if that's the move, and just save the one-on-one for a bigger show. But
Yeah,
again, it's gonna be in Australia. Rhea's gonna be
no.
treated like an absolute goddess out there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but to make her lose out there is like,
Yeah, it's
come
like,
on. Like, that's almost like you don't want to do
the
that.
show again. If you put on the card right now, that show will probably sell out by Wednesday.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, man. For
I mean,
sure.
it's not Adelaide, Australia, but it's Australia.
Yeah, people from there still pull up. You feel me? So that's fire, man. Speaking of, the women, they were also some women that got on the card tonight as well. With Becky Lynch and AJ Lee. What are you guys thinking about
Now,
that?
before we get into this match, I'm shocked that this was not the main event.
Why?
Again, so similar to the opener, this was the only other match on the card that had a legitimate big fight feel. Not only for this being AJ's return, but I loved how Cole touched on as when these husband and wife tandems have paired against or in any way, shape, or form, both of them undefeated.
Yeah, they both went into the match undefeated. Did you have any expectations on who was gonna win? Did you?
I didn't mind as far who the winner or loser was going to be. I was more intrigued to see how AJ was going to be in the ring. I thought she did exceptional. I would have liked to see more between her and Becky, but again, that could be a one-on-one down the road, whether it be Survivor Series, Earth, maybe Cena's retirement, maybe WrestleMania.
Yeah, I
But
ask you this too. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, I was go ahead.
HD, what was you thinking about it, man? Did you were you rocking with the fits and the entrance, the podium and what was that? What was that on the platform that lowered that from the heavens came out looking
Like I
super
said, you had the
trippy.
power couple as the pillar of WWE.
Yeah, I know a lot of people probably hating on Seth and Becky, but I'm gonna be honest, they shit was
I
way
think it's
colder than CM Punk and AJ Lee shit to me.
Well,
yeah. I
also
ain't gonna
this
lie.
isn't the first time Seth has worn this fit.
Yeah, that fit was drippy, bro. He came out there super.
Because last time I forget what show it was, but last time I remember folks were playing that one clip from SpongeBob where you had the little wizard fit on.
Oh yeah, he be having some crazy fits. Some of them be a little zesty. I ain't gonna lie.
But
But
again,
for
like
overall, he
but
be the
both of
drippiest,
them
bro. It's just
matching.
fashion. It's just
Yeah.
fashion. He's the drippiest, bro. He knows his
Um.
fashion.
I did get a pop at Punk's bomber jacket where it said AJ's husband.
Yeah, I seen that. I got a picture of that too, man. What are you guys thinking about that? Yeah, she came out there. They both were kind of matching. You know what I'm saying? They wives. I think that was cool. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
What do you think about that? HD, what you doing? What you thinking? You
I
rocking
mean,
with it or no?
nah, the jacket is dope. The matching fish from Becky set, like the whole presentation was dope. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, real.
Um,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
hmm
I'm gonna say real quick while you're saying that one, to add to like the stage was also really dope too. You think you had pointed
Hmm.
that out, like, oh, look at the stage wasn't just the normal stage, it had the light up stage where the floor was lit up too. I thought that was real dope.
Oh yeah, they had the Titantron on the basically like the Titantron on the
Yeah.
floor. They walking on the floor.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I heard
definitely.
you
Me, that's
say.
what I'm saying. That this has some good moments tonight. Definitely get the
I'm
people
seeing if
what they
that
want.
bomber
You know what
jacket's
I'm
on WWE shop yet or not.
saying?
It is not there yet. But let me
What we
check
said?
AJ Lee. I was looking for that AJ's husband bomber jacket on WWE shop right now.
Hmm. Hold on, what we saying? H, my bad. Go
No,
ahead.
no, that they cool with the presentation and all that. For me, I just
Hmm.
like I really enjoy seeing Punk. So to see him more kind of like mushy and shit like that, it's like
And dial back. Hmm.
yeah, and more like in the realism of like yeah, I got a wife, so I'm a great husband. It's kind of like I like how Seth and Becky approaching that where I even feel like AJ Lee's approaching that shit more like regular. It's CM Punk being the overly one in the drive home. I'm a great husband, like you
I
know
think
what I'm
I think it's because he's so private with his life that,
Mhm.
actually being out there and having to be like soft and mushy and being like a husband and
It's
like,
okay to be outside of your shell and have fun with it.
saying?
yes, it's
Right,
okay to
right, right.
like be like your real self, and or like, you're out there with your wife, your homie, his wife. You don't have to be so, and you're being more like, we're seeing like a softer side of CM Punk. I feel like maybe he may feel like maybe that affects him, but I don't think that it does.
But
I think it's
also
dope. What's
I
up,
would like
Levi?
to think that should we have seen maybe now I'm just spitballing real quick. So should they run it back or whatever, or maybe down the road? Yeah, we saw Becky hit AJ with the manhandle slam, whatever. Could you imagine if in this match we seen Seth smoke AJ with a curb stomp in Punk's face?
That would have been wild. I
That
don't
would have
think the
been
WWE would have
absurd.
went that far. You know what I mean? Because they both were like pushing like the "hey, we don't hit women" thing for sure. So I
But
don't, but
it,
I mean,
it would have been
that would be
interesting.
it would have been crazy. I said that would have been something that would have got the other views going. Would have been one to get the ratings up. But yeah, I mean, what do you think about the match overall, man? We seen a couple submissions going on that was pretty cool in the match. You know what I'm saying? From both sides. What are you feeling? I think it was crazy that I think we seen um who was it? Becky Lynch put CM Punk on the sharpshooter.
Yep, that had me rolling.
Yeah.
And then Punk pops
that
up like the hell's on my back.
yeah, man. We had some. It was
I mean,
crazy,
I
man.
think
But
this match had everything you could ask for
mm
from a mixed tag match. Like they had
hmm
the chicanery, the shenanigans going early. The oh, this competitor's gonna start tag out, run around the ring. Becky went to go slap CM Punk, ran back in, tagged Seth,
yep,
like playing
yep.
mind games early. I thought that was
Hmm.
cool.
And then
It was
Becky's
good.
whooping on Punk. AJ tried to come around. Seth's just right there to intercept in like perfect timing. And again, the art of storytelling. These
Yeah,
are four of the premier talent to do that.
yeah.
Get the table spot on the outside, looking like we're about to see dual stealing finishers from
Oh,
the couple,
oh
and then
yeah.
Instead, you
switch it
got
up.
AJ getting yeeted on her husband.
Right.
I
Even with Seth Rollins lifting, Becky into the air,
Oh,
like
that was funny.
and using her as like,
Just to
um,
miss. Yep.
yeah, just to miss. But it was still something cool to see. You know what I mean? Just different elements throughout the whole thing. I thought was pretty cool, especially like what HD was saying. I think we had that table spot where they were about to go through it real quick. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And they both were on the table. I think it was cool the way that the setup was and everything. Like you said, HD, they gave you everything you can kind of really want, and then some out of a mixed tag match. You know what I mean? I think it was pretty cool.
Yeah, like can't really. I really don't got nothing bad to say about the match. You know what I'm saying?
And like I said, the only nitpick I can say is just this should have been the main event, in my opinion. That's and that again, there's nothing wrong with the match. Great
Yeah.
storytelling, amazing finish, some great moments, great spots. This right here, Streets, where AJ put the octopus on Seth, that was masterful.
Yes, it was. It was dope. I thought it was really cool. Um, and shout out to Seth Rollins for selling it. You know what I mean? And
Right.
both the men took a submission from each other's wives, which I
Mhm.
thought was real dope. You know, big boy Rican, what up, baby? I thought that it was real dope. Like I said, just seeing the women being able to put the moves on the men just being submissive to their wives and being like, hey, you know, you guys have fun. We're both submissive to you in real life anyway, so you know, do what you do. I thought it was real dope, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Yep,
And I was
same.
happy with the ending too. You know what I mean? Um,
See, no,
obviously,
I got a couple of about the finish because at first, from initial angle, it did. I couldn't see if AJ had the full submission in
and I'll say,
until the replay.
yeah, and I'll be honest with you. With Seth, I feel like she didn't, and then even with her, with Becky, she didn't at first. I felt like because you could kind of tell that she was like almost grabbing for her boot, trying to get it to go.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
but yeah,
but
she
that's
ended up getting it
that
locked
was just
in.
maybe just they probably panned to the wrong camera angle for that finish, and
Yep.
then they probably said, okay,
Mhm.
we got the real one on the replay. My bad.
Yep. Yep.
Shout
Yep.
out to WWE Unreal. Abyss is back there apologizing. I'm sorry, guys.
No, no, 100%, 100%. But again, you know, your winners, you know, CM Punk and AJ Lee, you know what I mean? Coming out on top. And I'm pretty sure, you know, a lot of people was happy with that outcome. It was dope to see CM Punk finally get the W over, you know, Seth Rollins.
I think he's got the overall lead against Seth.
Yeah, 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 he does.
But
So,
as far as mixed matches, I don't think this is the last one we'll see out of these four.
no, I don't. I think they'll definitely run it back. I think that what they were saying was, you know what, now they're still undefeated, so I think that it's only going to be, you know, right that they break their streak as well. You know what I mean?
Now, I know WWE tried this a long time ago. If not, TNA definitely did it back in the days. If they do run it back, I could see a world in which there's a stipulation to where,
Thank you, big boy Ricky.
say, we see the same outcome in which AJ and Punk win. This could be the new women's IC champion and the new World Heavyweight champion.
Yeah, we could definitely see that. And I don't think anybody would be mad. I mean, I know that you guys were saying Liv's coming back. It would be cool, you know, eventually maybe see a Liv versus a AJ Lee.
That stare down at the Rumble is going to be electric.
Yeah, so that's gonna be pretty crazy, man. I think that that'll be really fire. You know, I think they're
And
gonna be
and
cooking. They're gonna
and,
be cooking.
and oh, hold on,
They're
hear me
cooking.
out. Imagine CM Punk and AJ Lee versus Liv Morgan and El Sucio de los Sucios, Dirty Dom.
Yeah, man. That's what I said. It could be something that gets kicked off, man. It could be something that gets, you know, the party started. I think that'd be.
I know we brought Evolution 2 into the universe. Is it time to bring back the mixed match challenge?
Nah,
He said nah. He said nah, nah, hell
He's
no.
probably looking at his phone like, really?
I'm
nah.
just
I
playing.
like I like how it was done tonight in small doses, and it was done the right way. There was a need for it.
I
Mhm.
tried, universe. I tried.
Yeah, nah.
Right.
Maybe down the road we'll revisit this.
Yeah. Okay. So you know, closing this thing out as we get towards the end, we got Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre. Um, what do you guys thoughts on going into this match? Did it feel like, you know, you already knew the outcome?
Yeah,
Did you feel like but the Razor was like
yeah.
okay, so do you think it was a waste of time? Almost, you know,
Oh,
a big yawn fest. What do you think? Do you think his match was kind of like the Randy Orton match with Cody Rhodes, where you kind of went in already kind of knowing like we already kind of know the outcome. Cody Rhodes is gonna win, maybe under different circumstances. You know, how did you guys feel? You know,
This just falls under another underwhelming um Cody Rhodes title defense.
okay,
They went back to shit that just don't make sense to me. Like I've heard in the middle of this match, Wade Barrett say Cody Rhodes is going through some kind of mental issues during the match. That shit almost sent me. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, bro,
he said
when
that
the
I was
fuck
over.
did he like undergo some kind of something that made him
Let it out.
Psychological.
Just let it out, H.
Yeah.
right to the point where he's tripping. So you're like, I don't want to accuse their
I
storyline,
am.
but
I'll
if
accuse
I'm
him.
interpreting this shit, you're saying this dude got concussion like symptoms right now
Yeah.
in the middle of the match out of no, like what how, bro? Like what? Cause like Razor said, what happened from what happened on SmackDown? Like,
Yeah,
So
from where he
you
got
know
kicked
how
in the head into the table.
mm,
It did. Yeah, he was hurting.
I always make the running gag of Triple H has a lot of Vince isms. This
mm-hmm,
was most of that to the teeth. I'm talking from the build up, which is very lackluster, to the age old thing of if the heel's getting the last lick at the close of the go home show, the heel's gonna lose. Lo and behold, what we got. But you know what was the cardinal sin for me in this matchup?
What's that, brother?
Where Drew once again is trying to put him through that table again, and the ref just stand there in his way.
Yeah, that
yeah,
kind of got
bro,
to be
like
like, what was
just
that
like
about, man?
silliness, just like silly stuff, like right, like even David said it on, and then what angers me even more sometimes, I don't know if they should mention it or not on commentary, where it's like, why did the ref stop him? That's not illegal. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's just
yeah,
like,
I
bro,
didn't know. And I said this earlier, man. I felt like it was a good match, but in the same fashion as always, I feel like Drew McIntyre, usually gets in his own way. He was thinking, and he's
And
like
that was
he's about to do it, and then he's thinking about it. You're wasting time. And then when he goes to do it, the referee gets in his way. And it takes an extra
see
couple
now
seconds
if
to
the ref never gets
push
in
him
his
out the
way
way.
and we get the same end result, nothing wrong with it. Because
Yeah,
because then you can make the joke of, oh, Cody was playing possum, lured him in, blah blah blah, or whatever the fuck. But if we are playing on the concussion thing again, with any injury back in the days, you would have some tape on you. Why when Cody's had taped up, if he had his bell rung or something like that, something, sell the injury, sell the angle.
yeah, yeah. I mean, and he was doing some crazy moves. The one where he had his legs over his shoulders, and he,
Oh,
uh,
that inverted Alabama slam.
yeah, the
Oh yeah,
Alabama
Drew's a
slam into
dick
the
for that move.
stairs. Yeah, that was
He's
pretty.
an
That was pretty
asshole
cool.
for that one.
yeah, no, that was
Yeah,
dope.
that was dope, man. That was dope.
Nah,
I ain't gonna
but
lie.
it just like it just doesn't it does nothing for Drew McIntyre. Like I was mentioning earlier, another top talent that just suffers another high stakes loss. Does it? I
Now,
mean, in some odds, it might not change things, but it's just it's another one there.
let me ask you guys this, and like what we used when LA Knight was U.S. champ, whatever, we talked about how maybe he should dial back on some moves and just stick to certain things for his bread and butter. Is Drew doing too much, or he's adding too much to his moveset?
Nah, he's good. It's just to me, it's more of a he got to be more serious or something got to
Yeah,
change.
What I'm saying,
something.
we've seen him in a legendary blood feud with Punk. We see him do like all the right things, but it's like, what on earth is missing? Like, it blows my mind.
I think it's just maybe
He
again,
needs a
just
move. He needs to be like a cool bad guy. Like,
yes, yes. He needs to, yes. He needs a little
and
bit
he's
more swag.
almost there, but it's
He's
still like you're not there. Like,
Yeah, he just trips over his own feet. Like I said, he always does something to where he just ends up with the short stick, and I think he just needs to maybe
It's
like
something.
maybe he needs a new move. You know
Also,
bro,
what I'm
like
saying?
he,
Maybe
he's
he
got the
needs
Alabama
something
Slam,
that's
think
he's got
about
the
it.
Claymore, he's got the
but
headbutt.
maybe he just needs. I mean, the headbutt's nice, but maybe he just needs something that's just more like brutal. Maybe a submission hold. Maybe it's something that just shows your raw power, just like you just like strangle the dude, choke him out, or something. You need something to where you're injuring people, and not just by going out the ring. Maybe you're doing it in the ring. Like, no, you don't want to get hit with this move because, like, I'm gonna take you out once I hit you with this move. Like, you're gonna be out. Maybe that's what he needs. Like HD said, maybe he needs to be more of a cool bad guy. Like, I'm doing more cool stuff instead of just kind of being there and being big and
I think
strong.
he's just too giving, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I look at him like I don't know how tall he is to Kevin Nash, but like he should be like Big Daddy Cool, like
Oh no,
Big
yeah,
Daddy.
no,
Yeah,
Drew's like
but
6'7",
like
6'8", or something like that.
okay, okay, like HD said, earlier, I think it was HD who said that like it's cool that you could throw the football really far and hard, you know what I'm saying? But like
Mm-hmm.
where's your precision at? Where's your, you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
where the accuracy?
Where's the
Yeah,
accuracy? So maybe, I feel like he's really strong in this, but he just maybe needs to tone that accuracy up a little bit more and tighten it up and maybe, like you said, with Kevin Nash, it was different. He was a different type of. He just had this certain type of.
He had
Even
that
with
natural
Kane,
swagger about him.
yeah,
once you knew he
even
go up for a
Kane,
jackknife power bomb, you knew he
man,
was going
what?
7 feet in the
Yes,
air. That was a
that's what I'm
10-foot
saying.
drop on the way
Like
down. Like
the big man didn't play like when Kane came out there. Like you got out of his way. Like when he came to the ring, people was like, "Oh shit!"
Or shit,
Like you
look
know what I
at
mean?
Big Show, look at Mark Henry.
That's what I'm saying. So you got to carry the legacy on for these big dudes and kind of come with it, man, because you are. But it's like,
But Drew and even more so like Randy, they're in that rare breed to where they're as almost as big as them. They're as strong as them, but they can also move.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Drew got the potential, man. He has the potential to be a beast, bro. And then they can go really
It's like
far.
it's like Drew's like that one Rubik's cube to where everything's all finished up, but there's one corner on one side and a center part on the opposite side, and you're like, how the fuck do I fix this?
I ain't gonna lie, if you give Drew McIntyre Damian Priest's moveset, he's gonna cook. The choke
Yeah.
slam, the razor's edge. Nigga,
Mm-hmm.
what? That shit is
Facts.
meant for somebody like fucking Drew
Yes.
McIntyre, that moveset.
Yes. Yeah. Drew Valkyria. him and Lara gotta be fucking brothers and sisters, bro. They gotta be cousins or something. I keep thinking that, bro. Every
One's
time I
Scottish,
see
one's
them.
Irish.
They look too much
Two
alike,
different
dog.
countries.
They look just like brother and sister, dog. I'm telling you. Okay,
I
I
mean,
mean, okay, so he gets hurt in this match. He goes to do the kick. Obviously, that what's up, big boss? Obviously, it doesn't work. He's not able to stand on it for long periods of time. He's hurting. He goes for the claymore. He falls mid match. My ankle bones.
Coach,
Leading
my
to
Right, like
Cody.
leg.
the silliness, bro.
Yes, leading to Cody, hitting the what did I say earlier, man? I hate that like when they can't do a move, they'll do it 2 or 3 times, and then if that doesn't work, they just do their move from the top rope. Like, oh, now it's from the top rope. It's a super
And,
move.
and, and also I
Instead
will
of
say this: this is probably one of Cody's better cutters because usually he overshoots the fuck out of it.
yeah, but we need something else. We need like a Cody Creamer or like a Cody pause.
Pause.
We need like a we need like a Cody something, bro. Like the
Ooh.
Cody
Ooh.
Coin Master, something. We need something. The Cody,
Well,
I don't
Cody
know,
does
dog.
have another move in the arsenal. It's a band out of even right now.
Yeah, the
Den's
Cody,
fire
the Cody. I
because
don't
he's
know.
got the vertebraker, but that's banned in WWE right now.
Yeah, see, he needs something, bro. I just said the Cody Creamer because, like, you're creaming the pow, you're knocking him out, but you need something, bro. You need something. You need like I say creamy because HD says you got to get
You ain't
sexy
digging
with
yourself
it.
out of this one,
You got to
homeboy.
get HD
Gotta
said
get the sexy.
you got to put some sexy on. You got to put some HBK on that thing. You feel me? On the back of that, he ain't got no no finesse, nothing that's really like you're doing it, but we need something more because when you can't beat somebody, all you do is you give them the Cody Cutter 2 or 3 times. You know what I'm saying? You give. We need something else, bro. We need you to have. If you're gonna carry the business, we need you to maybe come up with a new move. Maybe something that's like the vertebraker's out, but maybe what I'm saying, tweak it a little bit, make it to where or storyline.
Cody's that one
Use
dude
it.
that he kicks with athletes and he thinks he's as athletic with them, but really he's not.
Yeah, but
He's
it would
that
be
dude that think he
funny.
can dunk, but he
But
can't even jump.
But maybe that's what he needs is to bring the the illegal move, the vertebreaker. Like you can't use that move, Cody. It's illegal. Like what are you doing? Maybe that's what he needs. Maybe he needs a little
Something.
edge to him.
Or
You know
shit.
what I
I
mean?
mean, have him pull Kevin Owens, tease the package pile driver,
Yeah,
something
because I'm not gonna lie, having Cody defeat the people he's been defeating, like Randy Orton and all these people, it's
with
almost
such
like,
ease.
bro, yeah, with such ease. It's like, bro, it just makes I feel like it just makes the people you're going against look weak. You know what I'm saying? When
It
we
doesn't
know
do
that they're
anybody any
not.
favors.
Yes, yes, most definitely does not. Um, I mean, and again, shout out to the Cody Cutter, the super cutter, the move he did, off off the top rope. That was cool. You know what I mean? But again, I feel like maybe you need something else just to, I don't know, make it more
Something.
of a, yeah, just that move is cool, but you got to do it 2 and 3 times to
Or
people.
even this, Amethyst just remind me. Thank you, Amethyst. When Roman hit the fuck's it called? Crossroads, hits the pinfall kick out. Romeo's out. This move fucking sucks.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're hitting the Crossroads 2 and 3 times. You're hitting the Cody Cutter 2 and 3 times. I think HD said this, man. Back in the day when the Undertaker couldn't beat you, he's giving you the Hell's Gate.
Yep.
You're like,
When
oh
in
my
doubt.
God, what is this? You know what I mean? He would grab a chair, put it underneath your chin, and slam it on the mat, and you know what I'm saying? You all hurting,
Mm-hmm.
throat fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, where's the creativity? Where's the, you know what I mean? Like, come on. Where's it at, man? But I mean,
Creativity left the same time common sense did. We all know this.
golly, bro. Like, what is going on, bro?
Yo, I'm screaming. Chill, bro. My boy Bowie, my brother Bowie heard the Cody Creamer.
Yeah, the Cody Creamer. Yes.
Bro,
Cody needs it. The female fan base will go nuts.
He got 2 kids. He's doing enough of that.
Hey, look. His kids is mixed, right?
Yeah.
The Creamer, nigga.
Bro, I'm screaming, bro. That shit
Maybe
sent me when you said
what he
that
needs,
shit.
bro. He needs something, bro. He needs something. You know what I mean? The Cody Cutter ain't it no more. Now we need something else. The Cody Cold Press. Something. You know what I mean?
No, fuck that. You are not living on that last one. I don't care.
The Cody Creamer. Bow. Hit him with
Keep
it.
saying it. Don't make it much better.
I'm telling you, bro. So it's gotta go, bro.
Nah, no funny shit though. Cody's in that Cena territory where, like, in my
Yeah.
personal opinion, he
That's
don't
what he
need
wanted
no
to do.
different. Yeah, like he's like Cena when he had the attitude adjustment, it wasn't the most. Oh my god, he really just took Brock Lesnar's finisher and did less with it. Like,
But with Cena, what made that different was he could hit that on literally anybody, sometimes even 2 folks at once.
yeah, that's definitely what made it.
Yes.
It was a display of strength with Cena.
Strength.
And that's when JBL dubbed him Big Match John, dubbed him Super Cena, because he had that extra gear. But also, Cena had that mean streak.
Yeah.
If it's gotta get ugly, he ain't afraid to make it ugly. Cody, on the other hand, yeah,
It's like Cody's holding back. Like, he just doesn't want to go down the dark side. Like, if you don't feed into the dark side, Cody, and stop playing around, like, how can you call yourself a nightmare? I've never seen a nightmare be good.
Thank you.
What are you talking about,
Thank you.
bro?
Finally, someone other than me said it.
I just never seen that. I mean, if that's the case, you're the American dream, not because right now, like what Drew McIntyre said, you got the corporate look, you got the blonde hair, the blue eyes, the suit and tie. You're the American dream. You're on top of the company. You got the belt. That's the dream. That's not the nightmare.
Here's
That's
the
not the
part.
American nightmare.
He may come up as the dream, but he will never be the dream.
So that's why he needs to come off as the American nightmare. You know what I mean? And kind of go there with it and kind of, I understand you kind of can't do no evil or no wrong right
but
now.
be
but
like earbars on, you heard? Like,
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
be the reverse Flash. Like, I always wanted to be the Flash,
Yeah.
but I couldn't.
I couldn't.
So now I'm the reverse Flash.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Okay,
Like, so obviously, I know they both got roles. You can't do too much bad, but you're about to be Guile. We can't have people booing you. And they're going to go see you in Street Fighter. Boo this.
All it's gonna be is everyone's gonna say, "What took you so damn long?"
I mean, the older people will. You seen them kids out there crying. You seen John Cena get beat. That kid was out here crying. What
if he want to be a
the man got attacked by Bigfoot.
Put like this.
He got mauled by the abominable snowman.
He's having an American nightmare tonight when he goes home about Brock Lesnar fucking up John Cena. What was you gonna say, HD?
What if he want to be like Ric Flair, like his brother, like his daddy, had that gold, that blonde hair? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so then bust out the $10,000 suits, bust out the fancy Rolexes, bring out your father's mink coat, style and profile.
Yeah, show the money. You gotta live the dream. Cause Gold Dust was 24 karat gold, nigga. You feel me? The whole thing was a production.
And Ric Flair
Marlena
was
with
the
Marlena
limousine
too.
riding,
You
jet
feel me?
flying, kiss stealing,
And
wheeling
Dusty
dealing,
and
son of a
Dusty
gun.
Rhodes talked his shit. Dusty Rhodes was a shit talking son of a gun. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta. Not saying that
I
Cody
said, yeah,
doesn't.
Dusty talk too. He'll get ugly too. He'll
Yeah,
damn sure get ugly.
but it's just like I don't know. Maybe we just need another element because I do feel like he's becoming the new John Cena. You got the couple of moves you do. Even John Cena, hit us with the
The
what's that
lightning
move?
fist.
Yeah, and the fucking the one that Penta does, the fucking
Oh,
Mexican Destroyer. He was
hmm
hitting Cena. Even Cena was hitting, variations of that. So I
and
mean,
then once in a while, not all the time, Cena will hit the rope and hit the leg drop. But that again,
that,
that wasn't just
but
for anybody.
yeah, but I mean, like I said, I think that to stay relevant and fresh. Obviously, I know you got so much time and you're doing these moves over and over again in every city. You don't want to be in there too long, but make it interesting, man. Switch it up a couple times. You know what I mean? Real quick before we get up out of here, last thing before I love the intro going out. What do you guys feel about the deal between ESPN and HD? I mean, and WWE. Let's
I was like,
end it.
hey, you got a deal too? Didn't tell us.
Oh yeah, he did. Just giving the level. Yeah, but real quick, what do you think about the WWE and the ESPN deal? Is this something that you guys like, or is this something that we think may be
We'll
something that
see.
we maybe not like later on down the line? Like, it wasn't the best thing for the brand.
This was a very interesting first impression. I'll give them that. Um, like I said, had they formatted the show differently, I'd probably feel more positive about it. But again, there's always going to be maybes, maybe not, stuff that works, doesn't work. But my biggest takeaway is this team that essentially ESPN has recruited that is under Triple H, whether it be the Bruce Pritchard, the Abysses, Road Dogg, all these folks. They've been here a year and a half. It seems like they're still in the experimental phase as opposed to committing to what's been working. I'll bring up a good example. A lot of folks are concerned that maybe that they're going to start pushing Jacob Batu to the wayside, that he may have plateaued. Others have argued that maybe he may be oversaturated. I don't see either one. I think he's right where he needs to be. Same with Penta. And now Penta, they can do a little bit better, but again, there's just it's too much trial and error. Just we've seen what's been working. Just Vince would have just rolled those out because said, hey, that's all we need. We don't
Yeah,
need 20, 30, 40 stories. We got 5 solid ones. Let's roll with these.
yeah, for sure. I mean, my closing thing on that is, what I'm saying, I like what Triple H was saying in the beginning. Sports period is entertainment, and it is. All
Hmm.
sports is
Always
entertainment.
will be.
I think that it's cool that the WWE was finally able to, create this merge, and it's dope to see it, and it's cool to see them finally. I feel like they finally getting that respect as all the other sports have already gotten. They're finally getting their flowers. Like, hey, we accept you into the club of sports. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yes, all sports are entertainment, and in that area, you guys are right. And welcome into the club. You
The
guys have
hard
really
part is over.
yeah, the hard part's over. You guys are officially in the club of sports. Like, you know what I mean? You're a sport, you're sports entertainment. So now going forward, you know what I mean? I think that's, somewhere that they always wanted to get to. And it's cool to see them get there. I've been watching since I was a kid, so it's cool to see them do this. And hopefully, nothing but good things come from it. That's all I have to say about that. What about you, my brother HD?
It's some bullshit. Some baby back bullshit. Not gonna lie.
I like the contrary
One of us had to say it,
opinion.
H. I'm
Yeah,
glad it
so
was
Yeah,
say
you.
because
what's
like
going
I
on.
woke up today and it was difficult to just watch something that been so simple for even when it was a pay-per-view, it was just simple. If I wanted to hit select on my cable box and watch the damn program and I could have did that, I didn't have to sign up for nothing. We
Yeah.
already did that with the cable provider once they took our money for the month.
Okay.
They
Yeah.
already
Very true.
got our info. Like this is doing too much.
Well,
So you
look
don't
at
like
them.
this. You're not a
Maybe,
fan
maybe,
of this,
maybe
huh?
that initial setup was a one and done. Hopefully,
No, like what if you don't like cause this is setting a trend to not get comfortable. Like what I'm saying is people shitted on cable, but you know what I got with cable? I got everything that they providing to us now. If that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah, without having to pay for it on different little,
You
you know,
see what
subs.
I'm saying? So people
Yeah,
knocked me for cable and niggas went right back to it in a sense that's like now if you got cable, you could get this for free via Spectrum and Verizon and this and that. So, but then they playing with your emotions because now, let's say if you went to Peacock because you like WWE, right?
hmm
And now you got to make a decision like, dang, I do like Law and Order. I like this programming. I like a lot of people got to just think more now, in my
hmm
opinion. Cause yeah, you could go the other route. You could look up sites. You could VPN. You could do this and do that. But you also got to worry about computer protection. You're gonna have
hmm
protection for your computer. Like you got to go to extra layers anyway.
Or give
yeah,
ESPN more money and double pay.
Yeah, like you still got to do extra. You're trying to save a buck, but you still got to do extra. Sometimes in life, you just got to pay for what you know what I'm saying? Like pay for what's the more realistic. Like I don't
right,
pay for just cables bundled in with my internet. You know what I'm saying? A
right,
different room got the cable. So sometimes you got to do what's best for you. Some people just want to shit on something to be like, well, I'm not giving them my money. But bro, you're giving somebody your money, bro. Cause you
yeah, for
ain't
sure,
sitting there in your house not paying like how you got internet then?
yeah,
How? You could spam all these sites you want, but how the fuck you on the internet if you ain't paying somebody?
yeah,
Hmm.
factual.
You stealing somebody's internet too? Yeah,
You
them niggas
still,
might
you
be
should
doing
know.
that.
Yeah,
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 like it's ridiculous. This should be easy.
for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
hmm
And it is easy to sign up and do this and do that, but it
Correct.
didn't feel that way initially when again there was extra layers of okay, I signed into the ESPN app and then I gotta sign into Disney also. And then it's like you're just trying to do one that's how you get duped into buying extra shit you ain't need to buy.
Yeah.
Hmm.
They try because
Hundred
people know they like you like to be on 100, but they trying to really make you check all the fine print because you might be just clicking shit. You ain't even know you buying extra programmings that you don't need.
Yeah. Yeah. Or that you don't want, you know what I'm saying? Like you
Yeah,
don't even
because
know.
yeah, on short notice, like
Yeah, for sure. Well, only time will tell what this deal will, whether it will be good or whether it will go sour. We will see.
how does
So
anybody know how long this partnership with ESPN is?
I
It's
do
it's a
not.
few years at least.
Let's say after those few years is up, now they want to leave to
It,
whatever.
it,
Like
it, it'll either go to whoever side is going to own, whether that be Amazon, whether
Yeah.
that be Netflix.
I think that to be honest with you, after this, if they do leave or whatever, they just wanted to get there. It's just like once I've done it, I've done it. I don't need to prove myself anymore. You know what I mean? So after this deal is up and they get a lot of exposure from all this, I think that they probably will go a different route or go somewhere else to continue to grow. And get bigger. Especially with them going into Saudi for WrestleMania and everything else over the years, I can only imagine that it's going to be something big over there. Maybe another deal that we see come out or something with the cross seas,
Hmm.
provider or something. I don't know. You never know. So.
and then this is the one instant case where I feel like growing. Well, you know how we always want the business to grow, to so to speak, right? So it's better for the
Yeah,
boys and girls. What's better about it when there's no real changes? Like people get signed, don't get used, get released. Like if it was their fault that they don't got no traction on the roster when you're not even being
hmm
used, like so you being held hostage basically for a year or two before you know what I'm saying you could really get back in the mix. It's just I don't know, man. It's like and one part it sound good, right? Like the oh net the net like Razor was saying earlier, Netflix. It started with the Netflix era, you know. Then tonight we got the this is the final form. We're gonna see things elevate, and I think WWE did a real good job of like cutting on their promotion chops. Like they've done a good job at, so to speak, of talking their product up. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I got the best stuff on the block, man. Like, you want to come here to get your stuff, and then you, and at a high price, like, yo, I know you paid 40 over here, but over here it's 100, and you gonna love it. You pay that 100, and you start thinking like, damn, they kind of hit me over the head just real quick, like.
Yeah, factual. They just really got at
Like,
me.
it's good, but it's not what you said it was.
Is it worth it? Yeah, is it worth it? Type of shit. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, bro.
It sounds like you need yourself a box of frosted yeets.
Man.
Frosties.
I'm checking WWE Shop right now. Did you guys know that they're selling Braun Breaker's red singlets?
I'm screaming. Hell no.
On another note, to just tie up my statement, this is why they get critically reviewed and acclaimed, because what's happening is, if you gonna put that stamp, yo, we got the movie, like every time a movie release, what they say, oh, this is the blockbuster of the year, the movie of the year. If you putting that stamp on people's eyes, and they gonna start, okay, so what's this about now? When it don't got that feel, people gonna say what they say.
Yeah.
Nah, that movie was a flop. That wasn't the blockbuster of the year. Get that out of here. We ain't jacking that.
Yeah, facts.
Like they be saying on sports, oh, game of the night on foot, and then you say game of the night, bro. Like, you be like, bro, they put that on Thursday Night Football? Nah, we ain't jacking that. You could have put it back, right? But you hear them trying to still hype it up, because that's their job, and WWE has turned into that. They become their own hype man because they gotta do it. They used to just sell itself, like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't Vince, and I don't want to make it like, maybe somebody's telling Triple H to go out there and do that. Yo, it's better for the, for this and that. You go out there, hype up the show. But Vince did not have to go out there before every PLE and get the crowd to pop, put out some.
Maybe for Mania, because it's Mania, but that'd have been it.
That's it. But he did that when the first Mania was out, so it lines up.
All right. Well, look, ladies and gentlemen, we're already 2 hours in. If you want to continue to talk to us and rock with us and hang out with Off the Hip and WWE Unlocked, you can. Be sure to follow us on all of our socials, and be sure to follow us on Discord so you can pull up to the conversation, because we're definitely going to keep this thing going. But again, that's a part that you got to unlock, and you got to come off the hip to get that. So, again, until next time, we're going to be catching y'all in a few. We will be back Monday. Okay, real quick. Will we see y'all again next week? Can we expect to see you guys on Off the Hip again? I don't know. Maybe. Somebody's asking. Will they see us again? HD, Razor. Will they see us again next week?
Wow.
Next week or this week? This week, Monday?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we outside.
We outside, baby. And you heard it right there from the man himself, HD the King, Razor Core, and Young Streets TV. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. We out.
We know y'all get upset when we not around, y'all. Y'all be like this.
But we're gonna bring you this entertainment. We're gonna take a break. We're gonna get our minds right. We're back. And it feels good to be back, baby.
Sir.